I can barely hear myself think. The fans in a sellout MKM Stadium belting out Elvis. A final huddle from the Tigers just to the right of that centre circle as we look down. Chelsea in those all blue shirts and shorts with the white socks. The Tigers in those amber shirts, the black shorts and amber socks. And this promises to be quite the night. Can City deliver on something that would still be seen as a cup shock? Only one division between the two teams. City hope to be there next season, but this is a chance to maybe just put a marker down for what might come in just a few months' time. City will get us underway. Regan Slater, who stays in the side, understandably so, his energy is going to be vital tonight, and he gets us started as he rolls it back to Dylan Phillips, who gets the nod after his impressive penalty shootout display against Blackburn, and he launches a ball away in that purple kit, that yellow ball away to that right hand side, and it's headed out for an early City throw in just in front of the east stand, and Louis Coyle, the captain, will just shove the ball under his jumper. The pregnant belly look for the moisture off that ball. He holds it over his head and then throws it down that right side into Hirakawa. Just can't get Kumas as it's headed away. Comes out to McCarthy, who misses it completely. Thankfully he had the cover of John Egan. It's going to be a lot of emphasis and focus on young Carl McCarthy tonight, Swanee, as a young player in this side, having to deal with some of these Chelsea players as it's out for another City throw-in.
I think he's got the mentality though, the way he plays the game. I say it doesn't seem to affect him. That's at certain games I've seen him, he wants to get on the ball. If he makes a mistake, he moves on from it. So like I say, he's probably going to make mistakes tonight, whichever player it is, and it's how he responds and how he bounced back from it.
As it's rolled out to McCarthy on this left hand side, he'll send it down the line, but it's cut out by Fofana, who just knocks it down, and then Miller will get in, gets a touch on it and lays it to Kumas, who plays a stray ball, but he's helped out by Hadjimetovic, who spotted the danger of a potential Chelsea break there and just nipped in to just settle things down, and it's sent back to Phillips, who wants Liam Miller to make a move, and then eventually he does, but he sends it out as the City keeper to Giles on this left side, who starts again. Only managed a bit of the game as City might break in here around the back. Left hand side of the area with Kumas. Needs some support. Kumas in the area, trying to line something up. Look to square a right footed. It's a soft one. Comes out to Hadjimetovic. Now Giles. First time ball in towards the back, and Coyle was coming in at the back. Drops down for the keeper. Miller puts a bit of a challenge in. Not much of one though, and the keeper Sanchez is able to collect that one. Just a couple of minutes in, City with lots of the ball and an early foray into the final third of the field here in Chelsea's half of the field.
That's how it can work for you. You get the ball out wide there, get it whipped in. If you put it in at pace and you get a timed run right and you get across the defender, get the right touch on it, go 1-0 up. That is football. That's how it can happen. So if you can get yourself high up the field and get, say, half a dozen of them opportunities, who's to say that one's not going to fly in the back of the net? So it's not one of these games where you turn up and expecting him to get beat, but there'll be opportunities in the game, and it's just whether we take them or not at the right time.
And just to clarify, looking at it, it's certainly not a back four, is it? There was some word coming in that our information about the back three wasn't right. It is a back 3/5.
I'm saying back four, me.
Are you?
I say 4-3-3.
With McCarthy dropping in, in defence, they're going into the back five, aren't they? He shuffles
in possession, like we play like the 4, and then out of possession we'll drop back. Should drop back as a 5.
Yeah.
But I'm looking now at Giles, who's wandering, thinking, shall I get back? Because they think they knock along diagonal. The lad on this right side.
Yeah, it's Steve-O, isn't it? He's just having a look at Steve-O, sorry. Steve-O, that's it. It is.
Paul Merson. Love it when they simplify them sort of names.
I know. Paul Merson got rinsed for it on social media last week. I know he gets a lot wrong, but he did get that one right. It is Steve-O.
We'll make us own up anyway, well, I see.
Well, probably, I know you will. It'll come to this right-hand side too, the aforementioned Steve-O. It's played inside to Fofana. So anyone who dips in and thinks we're getting his name wrong, there is no E mentioned or not pronounced in his name. And he's on the ball now on this Chelsea right-hand side, right in front of Liam Rossini, who just gives him a little bit of encouragement to push forward. It comes out to Neto, who's playing more centrally. They've swapped with Steve-O on this right-hand side. It's away to the far left-hand side. Chelsea just hold the ball up, then worked in field towards Santos. Then it's played further forward as Heto is in there, a little slip ball in, trying to pick out Liam Delap. The former City man nicks it away from John Egan. Comes out to Caicedo, ball into the area. Maybe a chance here for Steve-O. He just rolls to that left-hand side of the penalty area.
Giles did brilliant there. He was just trying to keep his balance, and Giles got a little nudge on him just as he was going to try and pull the trigger and forced him wide.
Moving the ball around nicely here outside the City penalty area though at Chelsea, and it's going to be driven through the box. It'll roll out to this right hand side where Neto just scurries away to pick it up 20 yards out onto his left foot, turns it back into Neto in the area, looking to force some space, and he shoots one into the south stand. The cheers come from the Tigers fans. 4.5 minutes in, the first real opportunity for the visitors, and it's the Premier League side who put that one out for a City goal kick. Let me give you those two teams then. 6 changes for the Tigers. They have got Phillips in goal. We'll go with it's a 3 centre halves certainly when they're in attack with McNair, Egan and McCarthy. Coyle and Giles either side of them. You've got Hadjimetovic and Slater in the centre of midfield. Hirakawa on the right, Miller on the left, and Kumas up front. He's gone for pace, Swanee, hasn't he?
We've already seen the opportunity. That first time that Kumas got him, made the arc run across the 2 centre halves and got him behind the back. So obviously the pace that we're hoping to scare him with, aren't we?
Hopefully so. Ball comes into Kumas here, who just tries to shield it away. It's fired out for another City throw-in just inside Chelsea territory. We've got Sanchez in goal, James, Fofana, Sarr and Hato the back 4, Santos and Caicedo in the midfield. The City trying to create something here down that right side with Hirakawa. There won't be any confusion tonight. No Charlie Hughes in the side, so anytime you hear you know it is the Japanese winger out on that right hand side. The rest of the Chelsea side then, Stevo on the right, Garnacho on the left, Neto in the middle just behind Liam Delap, the former Tigers player who played 32 times and scored 8 goals. That unfortunate injury around Christmas time really seemed to derail City's playoff push, didn't it, with him out of the side. They've got a corner of the Tigers here, 6 minutes in, over on that left hand side, which Ryan Giles is going to take in front of the north stand. Curls a dangerous one in, it's headed away out as far as Slater, who might fancy a shot. It's blocked and ricochets away. The City fans trying to encourage any opportunity to shoot, Swanee.
And so was Slater really when the ball got cleared out there. Great first touch, set down perfect for the volley. It just that the Chelsea player worked ever so hard to go and close it down.
The ball is with Louis Coyle, 20 yards or so, maybe more, midway inside that Chelsea half. He throws it behind to McNair, making his second start for the Tigers. Here's Giles now on this left hand side, just taps it back to young Cahill McCarthy. Will be revelling in this opportunity, the 19-year-old. Now it's out with McNair away on that right, tries to send Coyle away, but it just curled away from him, didn't quite reach Kumas on the bend as it came in, and Chelsea get the ball back 7 minutes in. It's Hull City 0, Chelsea 0 on a Friday night on Humberside Sport Live from the BBC. It's Mike and Swanee with you, James Hogarth alongside us as well. We're through until 10:30 tonight. We will do our best with all the media attention surrounding Sergei Yakirovich. We just have to drop down the pecking order a little bit, but we'll try and bring you that live reaction.
Get your shoulders back, get to the front, Mike.
Just force my way in.
It's Mike White, BBC Humberside. They'll let you through.
I'll take you as my bodyguard, Swanee. But we will, and we'll get your reaction. We want to hear from you as well. Get in touch with us on the programme. We'll hopefully hear from some fans as Chelsea just trying to play the ball out from the deep in front of their own penalty area at the moment. As Fofana turns it inside, across to Mamadou Sarr, the Senegalese international who was just back from a loan with Strasbourg, where he did originally play under Liam Rossigna. Had a loan there last year as well, as it comes up to Stevo. Now intercepted by McCarthy, turns inside, he's lost possession, that was a bit too cheap, and now they might try and break away, and it's with Garnacho. Garnacho's working into the area, chance on his left foot, finds it saved by Phillips, comes to Neto. Neto can't do anything with it, and City able to clear that one away through John Egan, and that was a big opportunity, a big moment in the game for Chelsea 8 minutes in, and Phillips denies him, and City able to clear it away, 0-0.
Yeah, great save, all by losing it. I say, looking at Carthy there, he gets in a good position, nicks the ball, and then just get caught out of possession with it. And then the great ball behind the back of I think behind back of Coyle.
Yeah.
And like saying, Garnacho showed his pace. Like say, I think he's been struggling with confidence, and even here, I think the Hull fans are booing him as well as his own fans at times. But that's not a great opportunity. He gets in a good angle. He showed the pace to get away from Coyle, which, like I say, he always on the right side of him. Great save by Phillips at the expected when it got ricocheted out though, for Neto to have a bit of composure and tap into an empty net. But no, like I say, we got back in there and got a challenge on it. So the first opening 2 strikes, we've got away with.
Yeah. There's the opportunity. City just need to be switched on, and young Cahill McCarthy needs to learn from that, not giving cheap ball away. Sergei Kirovic has spoken about it in the last couple of games, and certainly in a fixture like this, they can't be doing it. Here's Fofana out to this right-hand side. Chelsea attacking left to right as we look towards the south stand as we approach 10 minutes in the fourth round FA Cup tie. Hull City 0, Chelsea 0. Go through the two benches for you in a second as Santos just picks the ball up 10 yards inside the Tigers half. Little 1-2 with Caicedo as it comes back to Caicedo again, and the Ecuadorian international then plays it behind to Sarr. Across this side to Fofana, who quickly works it on the diagonal to Reece James, the England international. Played 22 times for his country, including tournament football as well. Now it's back with Fofana. Happy to just move it around. They just drift into little pockets of space, Swanee, don't they? And
they seem to have extra men upfield at times, don't they?
And the royal blue of Chelsea, as they're going to try and play a ball forward up towards the edge of the area. Just held inside, maybe an opportunity for Steve-O, and then it's Slater who nips in to take it.
It looks bright to Steve-O, doesn't it?
He
Popping
does.
Up down the middle, coming out on the right hand side. Seems to be everywhere.
And now maybe a chance for City to try and break away as Yu just drifts it through the gap to this left-hand side to Giles. Maybe an opening for City down the left. Miller lays it off for Giles. Not a good ball from Liam Miller. And that was a chance gone begging. Miller's nearly nipped in there. Keeps the ball in, and maybe an opportunity for Kumas, but it's cleared away. I think it might have gone out, Swanee, but
he didn't give it though, did he?
Didn't give it.
Is it VAR tonight?
No,
that'd have been a goal. Great opportunity.
Now Giles going to send one in towards Kumas. It's beaten to it by a Chelsea defender, then cleared away at halfway. Egan will volley it forward up towards Miller. Kumas is offside. The flag will go up as soon as he attempts it, and that will be a free kick. 11 minutes in.
That was a great opportunity, by the way, going back to it. Like I said, when they thought, I think it was James that was trying to shadow the ball out of play, but Miller, he got around the back of him. And they say when he gets around the back, it looked like the ball had gone out, but the referee didn't blow up, and then he whipped the ball in for Kumas, who looked like he's got across his defender to tap it in. That's it. I think got a great block on it, to be fair, but that was an opportunity. So both had opportunities in the first 10 minutes.
Big moments.
Great start to
yeah, absolutely. The City bench, by the way: Eva Pandor, John Lundstrom, Matty Jacob, the returning Cody Drame, Joe Gelhart, Carl Joseph, Akin Fanwa, Kieran Dowell and Nathan Tinsdale. As for Chelsea, who've got the ball in their own half at the moment, Sharman Lowe's the young sub-keeper. Adarabioyo is on there, along with Badi Ashil, Fernandez, Pedro, Gusto, Ashampong, Derry and Huka, as Chelsea break down the left-hand side. Maybe an opportunity. Ball threaded through, looking to get it to Delap. In fact, it was the deflection that took it towards Delap. It wasn't initially for him. Comes out to Neto, 25 yards out. Watched by Miller. Then plays it behind. It's just shuffled out to this near right side to James. He's got some support inside him with Caicedo. Now inside to Fofana. Chelsea have got everyone at least 15 yards or more inside City's half. There's a nice little step in there from Egan to dispossess Chelsea, and then Kumas will get it to Miller. It somehow finds its way to Hadjimetovic. Now Kumas gets in front of his man to hold the ball up. He's watched by Fofana as it's laid back to Giles. City keep possession, and then it's played away and forward into Chelsea's half, but a wasteful ball there from Ryan Giles. Sergei Kirovic saying to him there was a ball down the left touchline rather than going more central, and Chelsea get it back. I
think that's what they've been asked to do, get the ball over the top there, and both players have come in short, and he's thinking, well, I've been asked to play the ball over there, that's where the space we're looking for, and it is, because if Kumas does play on the shoulder, I reckon he's got the pace of him, because he has got blistering pace as the lad.
That's what we spoke about, wasn't it, about that directness that City might have to go for to try and cause a few problems, but that Miller perseverance, keeping the ball in, nearly provided an opportunity for Kumas, who wasn't able to finish it. It's a strong challenge from Slater, nicks it past his man and then just flicks it away to the right hand side as he was trying to get past Mamadou Sarr. But that was wonderful effort from Regan Slater in the first place, as the drizzle just starts to blow in under the roof of the West Stand here. Thankfully not reaching us, but there'll be a few lower down just copping a bit of it.
The massive thing that stands out most today, like I say, when we get possession, we've got to do things quick. If we're going to get any sort of break or get high up that field, it's all between 1 and 2 touch passing. If you have the extra touch, they've got that much pace to get back and get everything sorted and get the shape back. So when we go forward, it's got to be at pace.
And a little shove in the back there on Hirakawa was never going to go unpunished. As Hato just tried it, Hirakawa went down. City free kick about 6 or 7 yards away from halfway. It's going to be left for Dylan Phillips to come out to take it. The cup competition keeper for the Tigers, played against Wrexham. Not the most inspiring of nights, not just for him but for the side as a whole, even though they did score a few goals, but losing the game in the end on penalties. Certainly an uninspiring game against Blackburn, but Phillips the hero of that day to see City progress to the 4th round and set up this tie against Chelsea. As he sends it long, it's going to drift over everyone's heads. Egan should be able to get there first and does, keeps it in, lays it behind to Giles, who's 20 yards out, turns it further back to Slater, keeps it down this left hand side, wants to field Giles again, sends a ball in towards Kumas, and a header from McCarthy coming in. Kumas went for the swing, he missed it, it kind of skipped up, and McCarthy didn't really have time to react. He just got something on it, but sends it over and into the stand, in the north stand, and out for a Chelsea goal kick. 0-0 here between the Tigers and the Premier League side.
There we go again. Second whipped ball in by Giles on this side. If you put it in the right place, time the run, which he did time the run right. Kumas couldn't get to the first one, but it bounced up, probably just bounced a bit too high, but McCarthy, don't know what he was doing up there in the first place, to be fair, but he continued his run and it bounced up, and it was always hard to keep the ball down, to be fair, the height it came in at, but again, it's another half opportunity.
I think he was still up there from the free kick, wasn't he, from halfway, but stayed up there a while.
The rain's, like I say, are swirling around.
Yeah, it is. There's a long ball forward. Maybe Chelsea are going to try and nip in here. Gets around the outside of the keeper, and he's put it over. And what a mistake that is from the Brazilian Stevo, who just puts it into the south stand. And what a glaring miss. City were getting a defender back. Phillips was beaten. It was a pass that just peeled apart City's defence. And he rounded Phillips, and on his left foot, he's fired it over. It should be 1-0.
Yeah, it came from this right-hand side. I said he's covered every blade of grass up top, to be fair. Like saying he's drifted into that position there. One long ball in behind the back. Great first touch around the keeper. Then all he's got to do is side foot it in. Yeah, it went a bit wide, but the quality of the lad, he's got to put that into an empty net and fired it over the crossbar. As this is snow, Michael.
This is sleet and snow that it's turned into. It definitely is. Well, we've had rain in the UK every day of the year so far. It's been cold enough. It's about time it turned into something like that. It's, a bit wintry looking. And Garnacho goes down. He's slipped on the ball there, hasn't he?
He slipped on the ball.
But he's been given a free kick.
The ref's feeling sorry for him.
That miss from... And I still feel funny. We learn names and I still feel funny calling him Stevo, but that is what I've been told it's pronounced, so we'll go with that. Anyone listening?
Easy, isn't it? Can't we change all the names to something as simple as that? Life would be easier for us.
Well, it would be.
But it is Stevo, yeah, but like I say, he's got to score there, Mike.
Massively disappointing from his point of view. From City's perspective, they'll take that as a good challenge from Slater to take the ball away from Garnacho and then slip through, and a missed attempt at an interception by Chelsea, and now Miller sets Giles away. He's closed down quickly by James on this City left hand side. He flicks it past his man to just get away and then rolls it back into the Tigers half, and the wind has picked up to really start swirling.
Proper winter's night, Michael.
It is. That snow and sleet is flying around, and come on you all, he's been belted out by the Tigers fans.
What an atmosphere.
What a night here on BBC Radio Humberside, and we're bringing you it live, not just on Radio Humberside but also on BBC Sounds if you're in the UK. So if you have to pop out and you haven't got the radio with you, just pop it on your phone or a device and keep us with you on BBC Sounds. Just search BBC Radio Humberside on there and you can bring you it FA Cup commentary on the BBC. The City still 0-0 here, 18 and a half minutes gone. And
cracking game, isn't it?
Very much in the game, absolutely. Really good pace and quality to it. There's a long ball forward away by McCarthy. Kumas will close it down. It's rolled back towards Sanchez, the 28-year-old Spanish international keeper, who Chelsea paid £25 million for 3 years ago from Brighton. Played in all but one of the Premier League games for the Stamford Bridge side this season. Liam Rossini down there along with Sergei Yakirovic in their respective technical areas, both with the Liam Rossini with the black overcoat on, with padded jacket for Sergei. It's a long ball cross-field by Fofana, trying to pick out Garnacho, the blonde-haired winger over on that far side. Here's Neto in a bit of space, but there's Slater again, just mopping up, gets it back to Phillips, and he's able to play that away. Slater's been everywhere so far.
He has. That's it, means a lot to all the players. He's the one that was saying, like, is he going to win his battle in there? He's playing with like Santos in there, and they're thinking, gets close to him, like say, he's nicked a couple in front of him and got away from him, so he'd be thinking, yeah, I'm alright, he's doing well. His first 20 minutes, he's handling himself really well at the moment, but you cannot switch off for a second. You switch off for a second against teams like this or players, they open you up with one pass.
Well, the referee is Farai Halam. It was supposed to be Anthony Taylor, but a change to that. He's awarded City a free kick. Neto just had a little nibble at Slater after that interception, about 10 yards outside the Tigers' box, and Phillips will drive this one through the sleet and snow all the way through to his opposite keeper, who's decked out in all green, a sort of two-tone green keeper's kit, and then just rolls it out for Wesley Fofana, France international, one cap, signed for £30 million when Leicester bought him from Saint Etienne. Chelsea paid £70 million for him 4 years ago, and here come the Blues again as it's poked away to this right side, but Reece James had made the run. Unfortunately, Steve-O, his pass was nowhere near him, and it goes out for a City throw-in.
Great work by McCarthy on that occasion there. Squeezed, forced a mistake.
Phillips has made a mistake. It's hit the crossbar, comes out to Delap, maybe a chance, we'll explain it in a second. It's come out nowhere, and Liam Delap against his former side somehow hasn't scored. Dylan Phillips had it in his area. Liam Delap was the closest to him. You thought Phillips was just going to play it away. Delap stuck a long leg out, it hit his foot, it rattled the crossbar. I thought it had gone in initially, it bounced back out, and Delap dallied and dillied and didn't manage to score, and City somehow survive it, Swanee. How, I'm not sure, but it remains 0-0. I'll come back to it because here come Chelsea again with Garnacho, who's getting booed by the City fans. Cross ball in towards Delap, who goes down, tries to make the most of the challenge to get a penalty. It's not coming. Here's Caicedo, challenged by McCarthy, takes it away out to Reece James. It's all happening. We're near 22 minutes in this first half at the MKM Stadium. Here's Caicedo, tries to poke it through for Neto, but now City have won it back and are coming forward through Hadjimetovic at halfway. He'll feed it away to the right hand side. Hirakawa, he's got one man in front of him, tries to get around the outside of him, goes down, gets the free kick. Kumas wants to play on, it's going to be brought back anyway, but it's all happening, Swanee. But let's go back to that opportunity quickly before this free kick with Hirakawa down. Yeah,
could be waiting for the physio to come on here with Hirakawa, because it was a challenge where they both went to ground. He stayed down, but going back to the Delap chance, the ricochet hit the crossbar. As it's come down, he's looking, and as it comes to his left hand side, as he's looking for it to tap the ball in the net. I just think that's down to no confidence whatsoever, because even if it's gone in, you still put it in again, if you know what I mean. The ball's there to be putting back in net. Yeah, it's gone at a funny angle, but you just put that ball in and worry about it after. For me, it looked like it gone over the line. If it hadn't, you've got to make sure that goes over. But for me as well, you look at him, that's a lad that's struggling with confidence there, that he should have just put it in and then worried about what happened after.
Yeah, just 2 goals in his 23 appearances. We'll get James Hogarth's view on that in a second, because he's seen a replay of it, courtesy of our TV colleagues. But it's going to be a free kick for the Tigers just inside the right edge of the penalty area, and it's about 2 or 3 yards outside the box. And it's going to be Giles over it, left-footed. Giles sends it towards goal, saved by the keeper, pushed away almost into the path of Kumas, but rolls away to this left-hand side. Ball still in play. Kumas tries to take on Delap, who takes it from him and then flicks it down this right side. And now Chelsea might try and get forward. City looking to get numbers back. Delap keeps striding. Ball played long and wide beyond Neto. It's going to be chased by Garnacho, held up on the left-hand side. Looks to take on Hirakawa. No foul, says the referee, and City will come away with it. And the Japanese winger launches it long for Miller to chase after. It'll just bounce in behind Sarr, and he's able to just play it back to his keeper. James Hogarth?
Yeah, just seen the replay. It was right on the line. Absolutely on the line. Interesting to see whether VAR would have given it.
No confidence with his left foot. Delap's still got to put that in back at net and worry about it after.
Well, he'd still be getting the watch notification anyway, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So that side of it...
It was looking to the ref
that
to
side
think,
of it would still apply.
Please give it. It's because he didn't fancy missing the opportunity.
No.
where bloke sitting next to us, he'd just smashed it in.
First time, bang. Been funny, Swanee. I saw you score some goals. I think you would have done as well.
I'd have put it in then, would it? Well, I tried putting it in and worried about it after.
Here come Chelsea again, 0-0. James with a cross in. That was meant to curl, it didn't. It ends up going straight to Phillips, and in this swirling wind, Swanee, you wonder what could happen, but Phillips able to collect it. Oh, Hadjimetovic tried to send Hirakawa away there, but got the pass wrong, and it whizzed past him.
Well, whoever's come to the game's come in the right attire.
You would hope so, wouldn't you?
I mean, everything on today. I've got pocket warmers and everything. Dog blanket.
The dog blanket's back.
Still here, yeah.
Regular listeners will be
socks.
familiar.
Heated Geely. Heated hat. Even I'm thinking about getting some different glasses. Just starting to steam up. Need some
heated glasses.
Everything.
Maybe you can get it with like car heated windscreen sort of material, as City will just lay this ball back with McNair, and Phillips slices his attempted clearance. I've got to be honest, he's not happy with himself. I think City will take that, because in these conditions, Swanee, it's not one you want to be messing around with, is it?
Not nice at all, is it?
That might run loose for Neto, but Slater gets the head on it, then Delap will launch it over the head of a Tigers player. Egan clears it away. City will get it with Kumas, but he just can't get the ball out from under his feet. And it remains 0-0, and we've had 25 and a half minutes of a genuinely lively and entertaining FA Cup tie here. Hull City 0, Chelsea 0.
Yep. Could have been goals from either side. Chelsea obviously come closest on more occasions. A couple of open opportunities. Missed them both. 2 open nets.
Wesley Fofana just taking his time with it. It's that possession football that Nima Senior loves to play, but they've got the quality to quickly open it up when they need to, haven't they? And the pace as well. But
they've had the quality to put the ball in the back of the net. Not yet.
That's what they haven't got. Exactly.
2 opportunities, haven't they?
They have.
Neto and Delap.
Played to James.
Well, not Neto.
It was Steve-O.
Steve-O and Delap.
We might have rugby league fans tuning in going, hang on, how come Steve-O's back on the media again?
He's not on the media, he's playing, there's a lad.
Here's Chelsea trying to get forward with ball down that left side. It's with Hato, but Garnacho can't get it as it comes out to that left side after the challenge, and it goes out for a City throw in which Louis Cole will take, and he just takes his time about it. No need to just rush and just exactly settle it down, Swanee. What stood out for you so far in the game? Nearly 27 minutes in. What's jumping off the page at you?
I think how they've matched him up. Like I said, the manager's got his team to his tactics right. There's still opportunities where we've allowed him to get in behind the back of us. If we are going to break them down, it's got to be at pace. It can't be. It's not one of them where we're going to keep possession and get possession all through the lines and then play. It's not going to be like 8 or 9 passes before we get a shot on goal. It's one of them where it's going to be win the ball back in a certain area, one little pass, get in behind the back, shot on goal. That's how we're going to get us goals. Simple as.
Spoke to Sergei about this on Wednesday, and he clarified again. He's getting frustrated with the passiveness at times in the last couple of games of their play, not being positive enough as a flag goes up for offside against Kumas. Says he wants them, if the option's there, he wants them to be confident and feel positive about trying to get that ball forward quickly, not forcing it but working the ball forward. He's getting frustrated, as the fans do, with the ball getting turned back unnecessarily at times.
But the thing is, football's quite simple. If you get with one pass, get the ball as high up the field, keep in possession, why not do that? It's like that one pass can take 7-8 players out of the game, as long as you're not just launching it, as long as you're looking for the pass. Like I say, they've passed a great ball into midfield and missed our three midfield players out.
And that's a great challenge there from McNair to dispossess Garnacho. Now it's Yu Hirakawa on the right side. He's got some support with McNair, who's continued his run, looks to swing across in deep one. It'll go beyond Miller, but Giles should be there to keep it in on this left hand side. He does. Right in that northwest corner, Miller inside to Slater, decides to back himself, a little slaloming run, very topical around the Winter Olympics at the moment, just couldn't keep possession of the ball and it's taken from him, but Miller collects the clearance, lovely control from him. Giles tries to tap it back inside and it's collected by Steve-O.
Yeah, it's a great touch by Miller, wasn't it? Ball dropping over his right shoulder, controlled it, and the same movement gets away from his defender.
And the ball just taken away easily there off the toenails of Liam Delap. Definitely a player out of confidence at the moment. I mean, the impact that he made in that half a season. Is City going to play ball forward for Kumas? Can he beat the defender? He can! Chance for Kumas! Referee spotted an infringement. He's going to bring it back for a foul.
That's
that
it.
will be
One
a free
pass
kick.
round
Just
the
a
back.
Foul
That's
on for
exactly
Fana.
what we've just said. One ball, the right place, the pace of Kumas, gets round the back, has a little tug of his shirt. If he hadn't gone to ground, he'd possibly have got round him. But like I say, with him little tug there, he was going to go to ground. The referee was like 10 yards behind him. But that is exactly what we're on about.
That was it, that directness.
When you've got the ability of Chelsea, they can play through the lines.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
But they certainly seem as though they can be got at, can't they, in
Yeah, 100%.
those areas.
We've had half chances, haven't we?
Yeah. And Kumas just with the foul that raised the attention of the referee. And Chelsea have it back just at halfway with Fofana. Lundstrom just pops down the tunnel, having been warming up down that left-hand touchline, or City's left-hand touchline in this first half. They're attacking the north stand in amber shirts, black shorts and amber socks. The near sellout crowd, in fact it is a sellout crowd. I'm looking around, I'm struggling to see an empty seat anyway. Swanee, you always get the odd one where people haven't managed to make it on the night, but this is what you would call a sellout, and it's great to see.
Yeah, and they're making a noise and getting entertained, aren't they?
Yeah. The sleet and snow has settled a little bit, still just drifting in the air, but not quite as heavy as it was, as Chelsea have possession nearly midway inside the Tigers half. Inside to Caicedo, away to Garnacho on the left. He'll be closed down by Louis Coyle, holds it up on that left touchline. Chelsea whip the cross in towards the lap, who's challenged by Egan, and Egan wins the challenge. Didn't touch the ball though, and it's the lap's touch that takes it out for a goal kick. City, first time in the fourth round for them since 2020. Who did they lose to? Well, they lost to this Chelsea side in that one. They played twice in 3 seasons, losing 4-0 down at Stamford Bridge back in 2018. There's a real opportunity here for the Tigers. As Chelsea side have shown, they can open them up, but the Tigers very much in the game, and a chance to take a Premier League scalp. We've got more FA Cup commentary on Sunday as Kumas just turns away from his man there. He got away from Sarr, but he's fouled 15 yards inside the Chelsea half. FA Cup commentary on Sunday lunchtime as well. I'll be across at Blundell Park along with Matt Dean and Gary Croft as Grimsby Town look to take another Premier League scalp. Having beaten Manchester United in the League Cup earlier this season, they'll take on struggling Wolves, and you have to think that looks a winnable game for Grimsby Town on that pitch, which is cut up a little bit. They might just fancy themselves at Blundell Park. We'll be there for that one. Here on FM Digital Freeview and online via BBC Sounds. Ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Humberside. Coyle curls the ball in from the free kick. Delap misses it. Kind of gets a half touch, which rolls to McNair. Laid back behind by Kumas. Giles with the cross into the area. Needs to drop down for a City player. It's sort of scooped up in the air. Awkward clearance. Poor clearance, really, from Chelsea. And Slater can pick out Hirakawa on the right-hand side. Tried to play in Miller down the right edge of the penalty area. Had he done so, Miller had a bit of space to work into. But Chelsea just able to get it back. It wasn't the best of passes. And
the clearance was tried to clear it and just showed with his left foot by Delap. That's why he didn't shoot with his left foot.
Yeah. Indeed, 32 and a half minutes gone, 0-0 at the MKM Stadium. Chelsea in possession with Santos, just puts his foot on the ball and then rolls it to Fofana to his right. Now it's Stevo, back inside to Santos again, forward to Neto, who's just found that little opening of space outside the area, then away to Garnacho, threads a ball into the area, doesn't find Hato, and Phillips comes to collect it. And it's not happening for Garnacho, is it?
Yeah, but why are the Hull fans booing him?
Just
he gets it everywhere, doesn't he? What's the reason?
Just joining in with everyone else. Yeah.
Poor lad.
Argentinian international won the Copa America with the South American side back in 2024. From Atletico and Manchester United youngster. Here's Chelsea with the ball again, just round halfway. The world's media is watching on, and I think many of them are in attendance here this evening to see this game. A lot of attention and focus on it. Plenty of stories surrounding it as well. Obviously, Sergei Yakirovich does a nice piece on the BBC Sport website about Sergei and the impact he's had so far. You can check that one out. Don't forget all the interviews we do with him and his players and other staff as well is on our dedicated Tigers page. Search Hull City on BBC Sounds. Make sure you click subscribe while you're on there as well, and you'll get regular notifications whenever a new episode is added, as Hirakawa just gets round the outside of Hato as the ball was bouncing, but it didn't land perfectly for him, as Kumas he tried to just bundle into the back of Santos there, didn't he?
Too quick for himself, wasn't he?
Was, as Chelsea keep possession, and it's sent to this near right hand side, then pushed infield, comes to Santos once more. He's seen a lot of the ball, as is Caicedo in the deep sitting roles for Chelsea. Now it's with Stevo, now out to the right hand side to James inside to Caicedo again, closed down by Slater, who's got through some metres already in this game. They track them all, don't they, on the GPS? I bet his stats are racking up. Now Neto, 30 yards out, tries to dink one. There's a little diagonal run-in by Hato, who didn't get to him. Delap tries to get the ball out from under his feet. Rolls back to Hato again, works it to Garnacho on his right foot, outside the area, tries a shot, doesn't beat the first man as it's blocked by Hadjimetovic. And Chelsea get it back again. Bit more possession here from the Premier League side as Sergei Yakirovic looks on, hands in pockets. Just seeing if his side can find a breakthrough in the game, but very much in the game. But here come Chelsea forward once more with Neto. Bit of fancy footwork that doesn't really get him anywhere, other than just leaving Liam Miller standing there watching him. Now it's Caicedo again. 58 caps for his country, Ecuador, signed from Brighton, £101 million, rising to 116 million. Talk about club record transfer fees. Not saying that was it, by the way, but yeah, is City trying to get the foot on the ball again, and they've done so with Hadjimetovic, and now they might try and break away the Tigers. Hirakawa knows he's got someone around him. Was a bit too conscious of a player around him there, wasn't he? Yeah. To the point that I think he actually didn't commit to what he was trying to do, and Chelsea get it back, and now they can get numbers forward. I'll come back to Swanee on that in a second, because we know Chelsea can create something here. Neto inside, a shot there that's deflected. Will run to Garnacho, but Coyle will get there first, and he's able to play that one away, and comes off the Chelsea man. Hato keeps it in. Hirakawa nearly nips in and intercepts it, but it rolls back to Hato once more, and the Netherlands international Yorel Hato, the left back. Now Caicedo. James has made a run, that's played in behind him, that's going to go out, and out for a City throw-in. He kind of beat himself, Hirakawa, there, didn't he? He was conscious constantly of the player behind him.
It was like running with his briefcase open, just looking back thinking, when's he going to take my wallet out of there? And he took his wallet and carried on, didn't he? But he knew we were going to take it. Didn't he? He had no security or nothing on it. He was just like running, kept looking. He looked 3 times thinking, he's going to take the ball off me in a minute, he's going to take the ball, and he did.
Whereas if he'd have carried on towards the business meeting, he might have got the sale just to keep the whole briefcase thing going. But yeah, it was
strange, was that?
He was very aware, as Hadjimetovic is going to try and send Miller away. Can he get there ahead of James? Just can't get there. James in with the challenge, puts it out. I think
great challenge.
Yeah, I mean, as good as Reece James is, and he's got something about him. I'll come back to it as Giles tries to get that cross in. It's blocked. Hadjimetovic nips in. I think Liam Miller, 6 months down the line when he's had a pre-season, I think he gets that ball forward, which comes off the head of...
You mean the
Fofana.
pace, the race?
The race for it, yeah. I just think Miller's still trying to get back up to that kind of pace, and here he is now. He's got the ball as City win it back inside the area. Miller ran out of an option there. He was looking to try and do something with it, but just took the wrong option.
There's a difference, you see.
Yeah.
Against Championship players, fullbacks, he's probably beating them most of the time there, where James, different class defender, stood up, waited for the right time to nick it, and did that.
And now Chelsea trying to break at the other end, away on that left hand side in front of the East End. Garnacho gets the booze again, crossing, volleyed away by Egan. Just keep an eye on Liam Miller. He doesn't quite look right for me at the moment, Swanee. I'm not saying he's hobbling, but he just looks a bit leggy.
He's had a couple of long runs, hasn't he, to be fair?
Has, yeah, on a cold, damp night. It's going to test anyone who's got a few issues or had injuries. There's a nice step in there from Cahill McCarthy just to intercept that pass in towards the edge of the City penalty area. Here is Miller. It's going to go back to McCarthy, who's not looked out of place at all, Swanee, has he?
He's done well.
Long ball forward on the left foot. Little nudge off it on Kumas from Fofana, but nothing to get the attention of the referee, and the Chelsea side will bring it forward into Tigers territory. A threaded ball through to Neto, shrugs off the challenge of Hadjimetovic, keeps riding it out to this right side. James in support. Neto keeps it outside of his left foot. Dangerous curling ball in. Garnacho goes down looking for the penalty. Referee not having a jot of it. Was there a bit of a pull in there?
There must have been something, because it was favourite to get an head on that. So he must have felt somewhat on. He was waiting for something, but if he'd have believed in himself, obviously another player in the Chelsea ranks that's playing without confidence, should have had an head on goal there.
Yeah, can City hold out at the moment? They've got possession of Chelsea with Delap. Gives it to Neto. Neto with the shot, and he'll put it in the bottom corner. Curling away from Dylan Phillips, and unfortunately I asked the question just seconds before Neto let that one go. His 8th of the season on his left foot from outside the box. It was curling away from Phillips. He was given the time to get the shot away, and eventually Chelsea do have the breakthrough. It comes just over 5 minutes from half time. City have been well and truly in the game. They've had a couple of chances of their own, but Chelsea could have had 2 earlier in the half. This time, not an easy chance. It's a quality finish from Neto, and it's in the bottom corner, and it's Hull City 0, Chelsea 1.
Yeah, it's a couple of quick passes, edge of the box, on the D of the box. There's enough players around him to get him closed down, but he got an extra yard. He only had 2 steps into it, whipped it with his left foot and just passed it into the bottom corner. Great finish, great accuracy. You could feel it coming, couldn't you? Like I say, they have got the quality when they get in that final third, and that's the difference. That's why they get paid the big bucks.
It is. Just outside the box, we've just seen a shot there, a sort of wry smile on the face of Liam Miller, but also just seeing support and encouragement from Sergei Yakirovic, who will be pleased with what he's seen from his side so far, Swanee. He'll just be disappointed they've not been able to get in at half-time, at least at 0-0.
Yeah, because they're holding them at the edge of the box there. They probably thought they're doing a good job sitting there, sitting tight. But you give these lads half a yard, they'll whip it round, you put it between the legs, you name it. And that's exactly what I've done there. It was a fantastic finish.
Now they've got to hope that things don't open up even more. Just get it to half-time. Here's Garnacho, turns it into the area on his left foot, tries to drag it back. Egan blocks it. Was trying to work it infield towards Delap.
Yeah, the important thing now, he just said, get it half-time 1-0.
Yeah. Can go up the other end and get an equaliser. We just feel that's going to get Chelsea's tail up a little bit, isn't it? And they'll maybe be the more positive side now, going up towards half-time as they just roll it across halfway. You're listening to BBC Radio Humberside on this Friday night. Humberside Sport Live in the FA Cup. Hull City 0, Chelsea 1. Neto breaching the Tigers' defence with that strike on 40 minutes. Here's Slater, holds the ball up. He's got his back to his facing up towards his own penalty area. Gives it to Giles, deep in that left back position. Long ball forward. Miller nearly capitalised on a bit of hesitancy there from Fofana. But Chelsea keep possession, and Neto, with those black gloves on, just sprays the ball infield towards Sarr. Now it's with Hato. Challenge from Hirakawa, puts it out for a throw-in. And Garnacho just down on his haunches off the field as he's checked on by Hirakawa. Just hobbles back onto the field of play and then goes down infield and gets back up again. And Chelsea keep playing without him at the moment, although the ball is going over that way. He might have to change his mind. Hadjimetovic trying to get in the face of Sarr. It's the Chelsea fans that are just singing for their team right now, but the Tigers fans will be buoyed by what they've seen from the Tigers. This game not over yet, Swanee, but the next goal you feel is going to be crucial, as maybe an opportunity here to send one down the middle. Neto had made the run, but they decided against it. 2 minutes to half-time. We'll have maybe a minute or so of stoppage time as well. Fofana. Neto's 8th goal of the season then.
Neto's movement when he got the goal just drifted off Slater.
Yeah.
Into little little pockets, like you say, that have been picking up.
That looked like handball there from Steve-O, but not called by the referee or the linesman. City did get the ball back though. Into McCarthy. McCarthy needs to get this one away. He was a bit fortunate there, but managed to do so. Finds Giles, sends a long ball forward. Fofana controls it well with Miller near him. Miller's saying he just needs a bit more support to get some bodies up. They'll be kind of in between thought now, won't this one a little bit, not opening up too much, but knowing they still have got a chance to
stick
get
to what
something.
the managers set things out for, like I say, because they created a few chances. Just got to keep believing.
Well, it was a message that the club had put out before the game, and certainly yesterday, about discriminatory and offensive chanting, and a reminder on the screens here and from PA announcer Steve Jordan. Again, here's Chelsea, left side of the area with Garnacho, tries to turn the ball inside, it ricochets off Hirakawa, hits him in the face, and stings at the best of times, but in these cold conditions he's going to feel that one. It's out for a Chelsea corner. That's just sucked the atmosphere out of the Tigers fans a little bit, that goal, Swanee, hasn't it?
Yeah, that bit of belief, but they've got to keep believing. So they've been through it all week. Stick to the plan. It's only 1-0 down. We believe we can get behind the back of him. We've seen that, shown that already.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen you're not happy about something. He was having a word and then just walks back to his dugout. We're going to find out how much stoppage time there's going to be in just a second, and it will be 1 minute of added on time. Corner for Chelsea, left side, dinked cross in. Phillips comes for it, he does well to punch that one away. Hirakawa will get there first, and he managed to turn it away from Garnacho, and he just bumped off the ball by Neto. Two diminutive figures in the respective sides, and Neto is the first, as well as in the referee's book for the goal. He's also in the referee's book for a yellow card, as there's an injury to a City player. Is that McNair? Just trying to do the power deduction. I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, McNair just holding his shoulder a little bit there, wasn't he?
Shoulder or upper head? Upper head? What do you mean upper head?
Well,
upper head.
Top of his head.
Have you got an upper head?
I've got an upper head, a lower head.
Upper head, what's that all about?
I've no idea, Swan.
Top of his head, I meant. Upper head.
Well, he's I think he's sort of got.
It's his lower head.
No, is it?
His shoulder.
And it wasn't McNair, it was Hadjimetovic. So we got there in the end. And I've got the glasses on. They don't work that far out. Phillips with a free kick. Final few seconds of this first half. Egan will work it out with his head to that far side. What was it? Top of his head.
Top of his head.
Oh, there we go. Half time. Whistle goes, where Chelsea lead by 1-0. But an entertaining first half of football, and one where City have been very competitive in it, firmly in it. Chances for both sides. Bigger chances have come for Chelsea, with Steve-O with a glaring miss, Delap with a big chance that was missed against his former club as well. Garnacho had a shot saved early on. I don't know how Neto didn't put home the rebound. So 3 big opportunities for the Premier League side, but eventually 5 minutes from the break, space opened up for Neto. Too much space. He had time, he had composure, and on his left foot from outside the City box, he was able to strike it left-footed with a curl on it, whipped it away low and hard from Dylan Phillips, and it nestled in the bottom corner. And it's Chelsea who have the lead. City had a couple of chances. Kumas was in there, McCarthy heading over. He didn't really have much time to think about it as he got on the end of the Ryan Giles cross, and then a long ball in towards Kumas, who managed to get the better of Fofana, and he maybe had the chance to score, but the referee said it was a foul on the Chelsea defender, and the play was pulled back. So opportunities for both sides. Chelsea have had the best, and Chelsea have finished one, and they lead at the break in this FA Cup 4th round tie by 1-0. Peter Swan.
Well, the reaction of the fans says everything, how much they've enjoyed it. Give them, applaud them off. They've realised they'd give it a good go. Yeah, and it's that one bit of brilliance that scored from the edge of the box, but they could have had a couple more. But yeah, I think the manager will be happy with that. It's kept things tight. While it's only 1 goal, he's still got a chance of getting back in the game. And there's some good football being played out there, ourselves included. We've got the ball forward at certain times, and we can show them, we can get behind the back of them, we can show that we can create chances. It's just like I say, we're going to be limited in chances, and we've got to take one when it comes to get back in the game. But yeah, they still got quality, they move the ball well. You feel like they're playing in third gear, and if they had to up it, they could go again. But we're playing against the top team here that's worth millions and millions of pounds. You know what I mean? So what the manager and what the players will be happy with that situation. Obviously not to be behind, but the performance level there will be. And like I say, if you can try and tweak things and try and get a bit more direct and better balls in behind the back, you never know, in the second half with the pace that we've seen from Kumas, he can hurt them. So fingers crossed they can have a good go at them at half time. and probably a few freshen things up. No doubt Chelsea probably will if they can get another goal, but we've got to look at ourselves, and there's probably still something in here.
Let's see if City can get back in it in the second 45 minutes, which is on the way here. It's FA Cup night on BBC Radio Humberside Sport Live. More from Swanee to come at half-time here at the MKM Stadium. Hull City 0, Chelsea 1.
So a very, very entertaining first 45 minutes here at the MKM Stadium on BBC Radio Humberside. Humberside Sport Live on BBC Sounds and all frequencies as well. Chelsea lead by 1-0. That goal from Pedro Neto 5 minutes before half-time. In the other FA Cup fourth round game tonight, a familiar surname on the score sheet for Wrexham, Josh Windus, scoring 10 minutes before half-time to give Wrexham the lead against Ipswich Town. Plenty of games in the FA Cup across the next few days. In the Super League tonight in Rugby League, Catalans have beaten Huddersfield Giants by 26 points to 10. 2 games underway right now. It's Lee Leopards 8, Leeds Rhinos 2 and Warrington Wolves 12, St Helens 0. Plenty to come between now and kick-off in the second half.
Commentary of the Black and Whites.
It's a foot race. Litton will get there. Litton will score. Davy Litton.
Hull FC start their Super League campaign at home to Bradford Bulls.
Hardacre with the dummy. Hardacre's through. Hardacre's through, and it's a fine individual effort.
Last season, the Black and Whites just missed out on the playoffs. Can they make the top 6 this time around?
Everyone wants to win. We know we can be competitive with anyone.
Yeah, I think we've got a really good side, and I think we can be pushing for winning trophies.
Super League commentary.
There's no point playing in the league if you're not there to go win it.
Saturday evening on BBC Radio Humberside.
Getting you closer to your club. BBC Radio Humberside Sport.
Well, 6 days to go until Hull KR take on Brisbane Broncos right here at the MKM Stadium for the right to be called world champions. And, of course, the BBC Radio Humberside Relay is part of it. We had so many nominations of people who wanted to take part in our relay, helping to get the match ball from Craven Park in time from kick-off. The nominations were open to any fan, no matter which club you support. And I've been to meet Hull FC fan Jamie Arnell.
Jamie, you applied to take part in the World Club Challenge Relay for very moving reasons. Tell me about why you chose to apply.
I chose to apply in the memory of my friend James, who sadly died over Christmas. He got knocked over and then died later on in the hospital, but he's a huge Hull Kingston Rovers fan. Huge.
I know it's obviously a very difficult time for James, his family, and for you as a friend, but talk to me about James. I know he was a passionate Hull Kingston Rovers fan.
He was, yeah. He'd bleed red and white if you cut him open. I used to work with him as a second man in his truck, so we basically lived together for a whole week. And in the truck, it was split between two. I'm Hull FC, he's Hull Kingston Rovers. So the truck was split right down the middle, red and white, and black and white.
Obviously, great rivalries as friends between the pair of you. What was the banter like when you were in that truck together?
Oh, it was unbelievable. They just bounced off each other.
Talk to me about his passion for Hull Kingston Rovers. Obviously very sad that he didn't get to see his team compete to be crowned world champions and play at Vegas, but obviously he did get to see that treble winning team of last season. How moved was he by last year's achievements?
Oh, massively. I spoke to his mum again at his funeral, and she said when they won the Challenge Cup, they both just grabbed each other and cried. And then she said when we won the Super League Leaders' Shield, that was ice on the cake, but they never thought they'd win the Super League, so when they won Super League it was even better. But I'm just glad he got to see the treble, obviously before he was tragically taken from us.
Because the thing is, as we said already, you just happen to be a fan of the opposite side of the River Hull.
Yeah, but put rivalries aside, you do what you do for your best friend, don't you? So yeah, I'm Hull FC, but pulling together for James, and then obviously it's a massive game for Hull Kingston Rovers, but it's massive I think it's massive for Hull in general, not just Hull Kingston Rovers. The rugby league community in Hull, it's going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah, because it is being played at a stadium you'll know well as a Hull FC fan. How do you feel about it being your side of the river, in your stadium, Hull Kingston Rovers taking on the Brisbane Broncos to be world club champions?
We have to do it, fair play to them, but obviously our stadium's bigger than their stadium, and obviously it's when I saw it was going to be at our stadium, I said, oh yeah, great. If they win it, they win it. But obviously, if they do win it, I'll be absolutely amazed. Amazing for James in his memory.
Yeah, and I imagine that through the years, as fans of Hull Kingston Rovers in his case and Hull FC in your case, that you've shared a bit of derby rivalry as well. Did you go to games together?
No, we stayed away from each other. Obviously, he goes in the Hull Kingston Rovers and I was in the Hull FC end, so it was met before the game, stayed apart during the game, met after the game, and obviously if Hull FC won, which back then we did quite a lot, not recently, I'd give him the banter, and then obviously Hull Kingston Rovers, when I got the banter straight back off him.
And there were a few bets exchanged between the pair of you as well, and a few forfeits.
Yeah, we used to do forfeits on derby days, and obviously back then Hull FC was a force to be reckoned with, and obviously Hull FC used to win quite a lot, so James had to wear Hull FC related items. I've got a photograph of him wearing a Hull FC hat, but he's got a Hull Kingston Rovers hat underneath it. It was like, he's not touching me, so it doesn't count.
I'm pleased to say that you've made the shortlist for people taking part in the BBC Radio Humberside World Club Challenge Relay. How does that feel?
Oh, it's great. Obviously, to do it for James, the reason why I applied was to do it for James, like I say, putting the rivalry aside, taking the match ball to the game as part of a relay in memory of James is special.
Well, I tell you what, I'll go one better and tell you that you will be taking part in the World Club Relay. You will be carrying a ball for your friend James. You will be involved in the World Club Relay. How does that feel?
It's great. After this, I'm gonna ring Tina, his mum, and let Tina know they do the great news. She might cry in the phone, to be fair. Obviously, we have banter with Tina, because Tina's a massive Hull Kingston Rovers fan as well. So she'll probably say to me, "Are you coming over?" I said, "No, I'm still Hull FC. I'm not switching over because I'm carrying a match ball for you."
When you're taking part in the World Club Relay, will you be wearing a Hull Kingston Rovers shirt or a Hull FC shirt, or neither?
Well, it was said to me when it was James' funeral, it was red and white or anything rugby related, and his mum said, "Are you going to wear a Hull Kingston Rovers?" I said, "Don't push it. Do not push it," but I'll probably wear mutual. I'll see you on the day. I'll see you on the day.
What nice story in tragic circumstances. Our condolences to Tina, James's mum, and all of James's family, and I hope this brings some comfort at what's been obviously a very difficult couple of months. If you would like to come and see the BBC Radio Humberside World Club Relay and show your support, we will be passing by Morrison's car park on Holderness Road. It is the former home of Hull KR, the original Craven Park on Holderness Road, where the supermarket is now. That will be around 10:45 on Thursday morning, and Queen Victoria Square in Hull City Centre, another timing point at 3:45. Time is of course subject to change. Best thing you can do is listen to BBC Radio Humberside on the day for plenty of updates on the event.
The BBC Radio Humberside World Club Relay.
We've had confirmation of the attendance tonight. We did tell you it was a sellout. The crowd here at the MKM Stadium currently watching a Chelsea win, or Chelsea lead, by 1-0 through Pedro Neto. 24,320 fans here at the MKM Stadium tonight. One of those playing is City captain Louis Coyle. He had reasons to celebrate this week by celebrating a new contract that keeps him at his hometown club until at least 2029. Of course, he's got his sights set on leading them back to the Premier League within that time. They're in a good position, of course, right now, despite the last couple of results. But Louis Coyle admits that the last three performances, which produced a win, a draw and a loss, haven't been up to the standards they've set for themselves.
Yeah, we've not been where we've needed to be. It's a long old season. At parts, you're going to go through little sort of sticky patches, if you like. But it's important in them moments you stick together, you regroup, you sort of get back to what was winning us games, and we're still in a fantastic position. It's quite nice that we've in a strange way that we find ourselves. It almost from some ends of people looking in, it looks like it's the world's ended because we've drawn a game, we've lost a game, which I think shows how far we've come as a football club in such a short space of time, considering where we was last year. We're fourth in the league. We're still in a really, really healthy position. So for me, as captain of this football club and sort of the one that leads the lads, it's important. I sort of confirm to the lads that we're still in a really good position. Let's not get carried away because we've had a couple of sort of iffy results. It's still all there and it's still all to play for.
They're the expectations that you set yourself, though, aren't they, once you get yourself in this position, particularly when you look back 7 months or so before the season started, where maybe externally the expectation was a lot different because of all the challenges you were facing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we still believed right at the start of this season, even before, like you say, you'd brought all the signings in that we have. We always have belief at this football club that we can sort of battle at the top end of the championship. And then I think when we assembled the squad that we did, then it's like, right, okay, you're in a really healthy position to go on. had a good start, and then, like you say, we continued in that manner. So we've got ourselves into this position. I understand then that comes with expectation, and it's funny in football how quickly that expectation shifts amongst, like you say, fans, you guys, and that's great for us. That's the pressure that we have to deal with as football players, and it's one that we're relishing. We're in a good spot, and it's a nice spot to be in with the rest of the season to look forward to.
You're having to do it the hard way, though. The challenges that are coming along with one injury after another, and sometimes multiple injuries within the squad. You're one of those players who's had to put some minutes in. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I feel okay. Like you say, I touched on it then when we spoke about my contract. I pride myself on being fit, being available. But yeah, it does take its toll on you, especially playing this many games in a championship. But that's football. Every club suffers with injuries, especially over your sort of feet. You always find it's the Christmas period. Then you have like a prolonged period after that where you start to pick up things, because it's a domino effect. Like you say, everybody goes through the mill around Christmas, and then slowly but surely you get a few that you lose. But no, that's football. That's about keeping yourself as fit as you can and being ready and available to play. But no, I feel as good as I ever have, even though, like you say, I've played a lot of minutes this year.
And an extra game in the Cup, which has been a bit of a rarity for this team.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I think the Blackburn game obviously came at the expense of 120 minutes, which we probably didn't need.
Just to make sure you were racking up the minutes.
Absolutely, but thankfully, like you say, we went on. We won that game. Big thanks to Dylan. Obviously, we've come up trumps in the shootout, and then, like you say, that rewarded us with the draw against Chelsea.
Just back to this playoff or promotion push, maybe even as well. You've experienced it. You got close under Liam. What can you take from that experience personally, and some of those other players who've been around it?
Yeah, I think it's staying calm. Like you say, there is a lot of noise this year of daring to dream, and I've said that myself. Why not? I think when you're in these moments, you have to enjoy it, and you have to realise that it's a realistic chance. Of course it is, and we probably won't get a better chance in this current moment. But I think it's about staying calm. I think, like you say, there was a lot of emphasis when we were sort of in that situation under Liam, again from externals, from outside. And I think, like you say, I think this time round, I think it's probably on me to keep everybody a little bit calmer, not get carried away, just sort of keep sticking to the things that has brought us success this year. I think it's easy sometimes to get ahead of yourselves and get a little bit carried away, but I think, yeah, it's me sort of keeping the boys as calm as I can.
Okay, well, good luck with all of that. I'll just finish off with one quick one. I think the last time I spoke to you was before Christmas, as we were getting ready to hit Panto season. Brother Tommy was on stage in Brid. Did you get a chance to see him?
I did. I took the missus and my little boy down there. We absolutely loved it. He killed me with an embarrassing shout out at the start of the show, which I hated. But no, he did fantastically well. He surprised me. He did really, really good, and it was a fantastic setup all round. So I don't think it's something that I'd ever want to get into, but he smashed it, that's for sure.
Well, it's Panto season for the Coyle family earlier this year. No laughing matter as the serious stuff for the second half is about to begin. Chelsea lead by 1-0. Can City get back into the game and cause a bit of a shock that will send a few national waves through football this weekend? We're about to find out. Swanee and Mike White with second half commentary.
I did tell Tommy Coyle I wished him luck, and I said he was the warm-up Panto act on Bridge Spa stage before I went on at the end of January. So no, he was fantastic around. Didn't get a chance to see him, but I heard he was very, very good. City and Chelsea are out. The officials are out as well. Doesn't look like there's going to be any change at half-time from either side, and it will be Chelsea that will get us started. City defending the north stand in this second half. Left to right they'll attack as we look at it, going towards the south stand. Chelsea in those blue shirts and shorts, white socks. City in the amber shirts, black shorts and amber socks. And it's the Premier League side that hold that 1-0 lead. A slender lead. City were very much in the game, but it could have been a bigger scoreline, Swanee, couldn't it, with those earlier chances that Chelsea had, including Liam Delap, who peeled away to celebrate when it hit the crossbar, thinking it had gone over, then realised it hadn't. And as I said, unfortunately, it came from Dylan dallying to deliver to Delap, but Delap couldn't deliver. That's what I was going for. Took a running jump at that one, but a glaring miss from him, though, wasn't it? It was a shocker.
Not the rebound, but the one after. I just think the lad was short of confidence. Otherwise, he'd still put it in just to make sure.
Yeah.
Rather than sticking his hand up, hoping it's going to be in.
Rather than wheeling away. Here come Chelsea trying to get forward. A ball slipped into the area. James has got in, and a cross ball through into the 6-yard box that Phillips pounces on. That was nice movement there from Chelsea. Quick, swift, slick. And Reece James had just made that angled run. He hasn't made too many of those in this game so far, Swanee, has he? He's sort of stuck out on the right-hand side, but he just made that angled run and breached the City defence.
Yeah, looked at Egan there. I thought he was going to try and get a toe poke on it, but he didn't. He took a gamble and left it up, and then nobody behind him. Or I'll say he might have known there was nobody behind him, but if he had got a touch on that, he'd have poked it past Phillips.
Yeah, and that would have been devastating, and probably, even at this stage, you're just thinking that's maybe a step too far. You wouldn't write it off completely, but you just feel City need to score the next goal, don't you? At this stage, 2-0 for a Chelsea side that can move the ball around a bit.
Yep.
Might be a big
And
ask.
they are, aren't they?
Yeah. And they're doing so at the moment. I'll go through those two teams for you in a second. It's Mike and Swanee with you on BBC Radio Humberside, on BBC Sounds as well for UK listeners. Due to FA Cup rights for the BBC, we can bring you online commentary of that. Sadly not for league games, for those who often ask why they can't hear it when we get to either 3 o'clock or 12:30 for our EFL sides. We can do it for non-league teams, but we try and bring you the best coverage around here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. Good to have you with us. Good to have you with me, Swanee. Enjoying this so far, as much as the score line isn't ideal. It's been an entertaining game, and I'm enjoying it because you still feel like City have got a chance in the game.
Yeah, you still feel part of it, don't we? You still feel like we're in it. The fans, like I say, responded at half-time by letting them know that, you've done well there. Can we go up another level at second half? We know Chelsea could go up another level.
And there's the first real chant from City fans towards Liam Rosenior. His nanny's from Hull, and he duly obliges with a applause back to them as well. Well respected. Disappointment at how it all ended, and they didn't get to the playoffs under him in that 23-24 season, but respect all around as Chelsea win the ball back inside the midfield. It's Reece James is going to spray it out. He's playing more central at the moment. It's out to that left side to Steve-O, looking to try and take on Giles. Cuts in on his left foot. Little foot in from Regan Slater, who's done so well. Strong challenge from Slater, but loses out to Caicedo. Ball played to James down the right side of the penalty area. Tracked by Cahill McCarthy. Back to Caicedo again. Nips inside Miller, who just clips his ankle. Caicedo makes the most of it, and it will be a free kick to Chelsea as City made 6 changes to the side that lost to Bristol City. They've got Dylan Phillips in goal, Coyle, McNair, Egan, McCarthy and Giles in a fairly fluid back 3, back 4, back 5. Hadjimetovic and Slater in the midfield as well. Miller on the left hand side, Hirakawa on the right, and Kumas up front. The bench: Pandor, Lundstrom, Jacob Drame, Gelhardt, Joseph, Famuyiwa Dowell and Tinsdale. There's no Charlie Hughes or Ollie McBurney in the squad. We'll get the full story on that, but we did know that Charlie Hughes was a doubt going into this one with a groin problem. They are managing him at the moment, and Ollie McBurney, of course, coming back from his injury. They are being careful there as well. Free kick taken short by Chelsea. Over on that right hand side, played inside to Caicedo, who won the free kick in the first place. It's with Neto, turns it in, a little 1-2 with Hato. Neto's going to get the cross in, comes in, and there's the header, and great save from Dylan Phillips because it came into him at pace. It was a powerful header towards goal, and he's just tipped that one over. And a real opportunity from Santos. Was it Fofana who got in there? Santos was in and around it. Fofana with the header.
Fofana come right round the back, and I think Egan's having a little moan, but he just climbed higher than him, headed the ball down. Great save by Phillips. Not even straight at him, just to his left, so
yeah,
he had to move to get a touch to that.
And Dylan Phillips doing his job again. He's denied them a couple of times. He saved that shot from Garnacho early in the first half. And it's going to be a corner. 5 minutes in at the MKM Stadium, second half. Drilled in towards the front post, and that's going to go in. They've been beaten at the near post, and it's not a good way to be beaten off a set piece like that. Dylan Phillips is furious. It may be given as a Neto goal, I think, right at the near post. It's gone in, it's snuck in, and we said that City needed to be the team that scored first in this second half, but unfortunately it's the visitors, and that even at this stage may be too much. Don't write the Tigers off yet, but you just feel now that's a real uphill climb for Sergei Yakirovic's side. He encourages his team from the touchline, but it's Hull City 0, Chelsea 2.
Yeah, it's a near post. I think it's landed at someone's feet, really. It's just as it come in, there's that many bodies around, and it's like looking at I'm not sure if it's caught someone's...
It's come off the hip of Cahill McCarthy, and I think it'll be given as an own goal in that way as well, because I'm not sure it was going on target initially. Well, they've given it as Neto at the moment down
let
here.
him have it.
Yeah, let Neto have it. You don't want Cahill having that on there.
He didn't know much about it, did he?
No. It might be that they give it to Neto because it's curling in, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So that'll still be classed as going on target.
As it's coming down, I think he was looking for the flick on or from somewhere. I said that many bodies in around it, just dropped between 3 or 4 of them and it went in off his hip.
It was Hato, not Neto, sorry. Hato who curled the corner in. My apologies. And that's who's been credited with the goal. So 2-0, Chelsea lead. I mean, I've given my thoughts. When you tell me, do you feel that's just going to be too much of an uphill battle for City now?
I feel like if we get another one, let's see, we also have 2-0 in football.
Yeah, and dangerous scoreline and all that. Here comes Miller and Giles linking up. Ball drilled into the area, blocked by a Chelsea man and put out for a corner. That was a surging run all of a sudden as City were just moving up around, played it out to the left. Miller and Giles down that left-hand touchline, and Giles drove the ball in low and it's put out for a corner kick.
It was a great ball in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't look to be flapping, to be fair. Chelsea just managed to get that little touch on it.
Did a little bit. Hato, not Neto with the goal, but it's 2-0 to Chelsea. As Hirakawa was going to take this corner away on the left-hand side in the southeast corner. Curls it in, drops down, might come through the penalty area to this right side where Slater is. Slater decided not to go for the first time cross. Back to Coyle. Coyle curls one in, attacked by Egan. Played out to the edge of the area towards McNair. Headed up in the air and away by Fofana. Then back into the area to Egan. Miller can't get it out properly from under his feet, and then Chelsea can play that one away. Coyle has to deal with this one first time. He got his ankle clipped. He wanted some support, but that wasn't Phillips' fault there. And now it runs to Garnacho. Garnacho right side. Going to play the diagonal ball back to the edge of the box to Slater, who just took it into a bit of trouble there towards where Garnacho was, but managed to get away with it, Swanee.
I think he knew what he was doing.
All right, okay.
Risky. Found to come off. It was risky. Slater going back towards his own goal in his own box. Managed to take Garnacho on and got away with it.
He did. And Kumas had just been caught offside as a long ball down that left channel. He'd already just strayed off. The City boss just having a word with one of his team for a second, who came out to join him. Maybe just talking how they can change this up and try and affect things, as a few of the City players down there warming up. Matty Jacob and Cody Drame among them. As Chelsea have possession, they've got Sanchez in goal, James, Fofana, Sarr and Hato, who's been credited with the second goal, Santos and Caicedo, and then it's Stevo and Garnacho, with Neto just roaming around in the pocket of space behind Liam Delap, who's not had the best of games against his former loan club. And that miss where he thought he'd scored when it hit the underside of the crossbar, and then, just as Swanee said, didn't have the confidence to put away the second ball when he finally realised there was an opportunity. Ball's been played back to Sanchez. The Chelsea keeper just plays it out in front of him. Delap comes to get it at halfway. Then it's worked to Hato on this left-hand side, and the Netherlands international former Ajax youngster plays it off to Garnacho, who beats Yu Hirakawa. Takes it into the area on his right foot, drives a shot, and it's a tame one, cushioned in the hands of Dylan Phillips. And he just takes his time. Thought about going for the quick release, but just decides against it. Now he needs an option. He's going to have to get on with it quickly. The 8 seconds nearly up as he sends it long downfield, and it's from one keeper to another. Needs a bit of composure from City now, Swanee, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they're struggling to get into this game in the second half, aren't they? It's all at the pace of Chelsea, how they want to play it. It's going to be hard from this next 40 odd minutes, 35 minutes.
City have had 11 meetings before this in the FA Cup against Chelsea, but never won. Lost 3 of them after replays. Once was in a quarter-final, though, back in 1966. No wins in 16 in all competitions against the Premier League side, as McCarthy has his leg kicked out from under him there as he got away from one challenge. And that's going to be a free kick to the Tigers, just about 10 yards shy of halfway. Chelsea lost 2-1 to Brighton at this stage of the competition last season. Previous season to that, they'd lost to Manchester City in the semi-finals. 8-time winners of the competition, last beating Manchester United in 2018. It was the season they actually beat City in the 5th round by 4-0. As this is going to be sent away by McNair across to Hirakawa, who's just not tall enough on that one, unfortunately.
6-inch not tall enough.
Yeah, to keep that one in. It was a long angle ball towards this near right-hand touchline. They've always been a tricky side to play for City. They've only won one of the last 35 meetings. That was back in 1988 under a man you knew well before you joined the club, Eddie Gray.
Eddie brought me to this club.
He did. The goals coupled by Keith Edwards and one by Mike Smith there, as Koumas is going to try and break into the Chelsea penalty area, and he's done really well there. That's nice perseverance from Koumas. Held off the strong challenge of Sarr and managed to win a corner kick, because there wasn't really much on there for him, was there?
No, and that's a great forward play, that as well. It's got the pace there, that's all about. And it's any pace scares defenders, and he knew then if he could get the ball around him, he was in a foot race with him. But like I say, he used his strength, got himself the other side, tried to get it whipped in. Defender did ever so well and got the block on it.
Oh, and if you need to make a change, how about a World Cup win? That's what Chelsea are going to do shortly. Here's the corner for City, curled in from the right hand side, defended by the visitors, played away. Slater let that one bounce, but Coyle gets there, heads it forward to Koumas, manages to head it away to Giles, steps inside, sends a cross in. The City players that were there have vacated that, so Chelsea can clear it away. And then to Hato on this left side, closed down by McNair. They're going to make a double change at Chelsea. One of them is Enzo Fernandez, the World Cup winner that I mentioned. The other will be Josh Ajumpong, an England youth international, but not before Chelsea try and work out what they're going to do with this ball from their own half. It's away on that right hand side. Neto just dinks a left foot up towards Liam Delap, shields it away from Egan, drops a shoulder, gets away from Egan, chance for Delap, gets away from his man. There's a chance to make it 3, and it is 3, and it's Steve Howe that will do it, and that will end this cup tie for the Tigers and end their FA Cup campaign for this season as well. They battled and they've been in the game for a big period in that first half. The goal just before the break broke some hearts, you feel, and then Hato made it 2, and then it's Steve Howe there just to make it 3 on his left foot, fired it home. Delap created it in the first place, but he didn't have the confidence to finish the job. But unfortunately, from City's point of view, the Brazilian did, and it just before the hour mark, it's Hull City 0, Chelsea 3, and that's game over.
And on that occasion, that's great play by Delap. He got one-on-one with Egan, and he knew he had him for pace, very similar to what we've just seen going the other way. Gets the ball, turns him, and he slows the game down, does Delap there, and then just nudges it again when he thinks Egan's going to make a challenge on him. Gets to the byline. On this occasion, he had to look back there looking for support, looked back, put it on a plate for him. That is what we used to see when Delap was in a Hull City shirt. He had everything, and let's say I always thought he'd get to the top, but the lad's struggling with confidence at the moment, but that may help him. But he needs to start putting the ball in the back of the net, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah. And the 2 changes can now be made as we hit the hour mark for Chelsea. And it's going to be Enzo Fernandez who comes on, the 25-year-old Argentinian international, World Cup winner. The first player to win the World Cup and the World Club Challenge, and maybe an opportunity to play the ball through for Delap. You do, you just feel as though it's going to open up a little bit. The other player to come on is Ajumpong, Josh Ajumpong, in England under 16 all the way to under 21. He's just 19 years of age, and he replaces a senior England international in Reece James. Will the Tigers consider a change now as well? Ball's out for...
I'd like to think so, won't you?
Yeah, a Chelsea goal kick. Yeah, on cue. Dean Holden just goes to the 4th official.
Double, triple substitution.
puts the slip in. We'll see who the Tigers are going to bring on shortly, but we're in it at 1-0, Swanee, even though Chelsea had a couple of other chances in that first half, but you just felt once that second goal went in, we said, didn't we, it was going to be...
No, the quality out there, Mike. It's good to watch the movement and the passing. You're thinking, players have got to learn from this. You look and thinking, this is how top players play.
This is where we want to be.
Yeah.
This is what we want to be achieving for next season. And they'll take the lessons from it. But they've got a job to do to keep it respectable now. I mean, some might say it 3-0, it's just getting away from that. But as far as the way they've played, it's still been a respectable performance, Swanee, hasn't it? But the scoreline might just start to drift if they're not careful. Lundstrom is going to be one of the players to come on. Can't see who else at the moment.
Well, Lundstrom will want to put a challenge in straight away, won't he? Just get that feel.
Yeah.
He might be introducing himself to the referee after about 5 minutes of coming on. What's your name again?
Undoubtedly. He's already got a fair few bookings. He's on 6 for this season. Bearing in mind he's had a big chunk of time out, so that helped him.
What helped him get no more?
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's what I meant. Helped him in that sense. Joe Gelhardt's going to be the other player to come on. A couple of players who maybe... Lundstrom I can kind of understand. I think some fans might have thought, was Joe Gelhardt the kind of player you wanted in from the start in this? But again, we're talking bigger picture, Swanee, aren't we? We said that earlier on. It's Hirakawa, flicks a ball inside. He was trying to get it to Coyle, but Hirakawa's been fouled, and that will allow the 2 substitutions to be made. Lundstrom will come on for Amir. Hadjimetovic goes off. 63 minutes on the watch. There's still a lot of time in the game, and Liam Miller's going to come off to be replaced by Joe Gelhardt. How have they done, Swanee, for you?
Well, we said at the start when we were talking to James about the players up top, they'll have limited opportunity to do anything with it when it comes to them, and that has been the case, hasn't it? Like I say, when he's had the ball, Miller's been positive, but been up against good defenders. Like you look at James, 2 or 3 times in that first half, you just waited for Miller to make the move and just took the ball off his toe. There's clever international players, so it was always going to be hard for him.
Yeah. Free kick for City at halfway. Lundstrom's first involvement in the game is going to be to take it, and he'll play it down the line towards Gelhardt, who's offside, and you could see he was offside, Swanee.
He could see himself. They've took a quick one now, and they have. Be careful.
I'll try and get going at the other end, but Gelhardt's done well, wins the ball back at halfway. Man stays down, but Kumas will chase it on the angle, gets clipped there, but no foul. As Chelsea get it back just inside their own half, just inside, in front of their own penalty area. Now it's just inside their own half. It's Fernandez who just turns away. The cold's just starting to get into the brain, I think, Swanee. It's a cold night. At least that snow's gone.
Oh, that was horrible, wasn't it, for 10 minutes?
Wasn't pleasant earlier on. Only here for the Chelsea, singing the visiting fans. Well, City do get crowds in and around the 20,000 mark, maybe a little bit more. 24,320 is the attendance this evening. It's only slight segregation, isn't there? Not much, a little bit in that left corner. But the Chelsea fans making the voice there. Ball forward up towards the lap edge of the area. He'll try and square it back inside, and it's McNair who kind of scruffily puts that one out for a corner with 25 minutes left of the game here at the MKM Stadium. And unfortunately, the positivity and hope more than anything else before the game,
the belief's gone on it.
It has. It's evaporated with 3 goals. 2 in the second half after Neto had given them the lead just before the break. So a corner to be taken by Neto over on that far corner. In front of the northeast corner of the ground. Hato peels away, it's curled in into a dangerous spot again, and Phillips right at the near post, and he just manages to gather it at the second attempt, and then his clearance is blocked as Sarr gets in the way, and he gets booked for not allowing Phillips to distribute the ball fairly.
Yeah, nearly got caught out again, that near post. Had a little fumble by Phillips. He reacted. He expected someone to take responsibility in front of him, and they didn't, and he reacted well enough to keep the ball out there, and then he went for a quick clearance. And who was it that got the block on it, Delap? Was it?
No, it was Mamadou Sarr who got it blocked and goes in the book. More sport to come over the rest of the weekend. We're back on with a long one tomorrow at 2 o'clock for build-up to Scunthorpe United's game, the Lincolnshire derby against Boston United, as Chelsea have just got to clear the ball out from their own penalty area here and do so. That one's a 3 o'clock kick-off, full build-up to that.
That's quality play, isn't it?
Yeah,
and they lose it.
On all frequencies and online. Then we'll go straight into Hull FC's opening Super League game of the season. They're here against the Bradford Bulls. Commentary of that one also on all frequencies and online via BBC Sounds. And then on Sunday from 12:30 I'm at Blundell Park along with Matt Dean and Gary Crawford. Grimsby Town in the FA Cup to take on Wolves. Can they overcome Premier League opposition? Very different opposition from what City are facing tonight. Grimsby Town have got a giant killing in their record books for this season already. And that one also on all frequencies and online for UK listeners via BBC Sounds. Here we're through until 10:30. We want your reaction. 08000 665959, the number to call. Still got 20 plus minutes of the game as Chelsea work it down the right side, but the flag's up for offside and it will be a City free kick. Going into this, City had lost just 1 in 7 in all competitions, that being that defeat last week against Bristol City, but not won in the last 2. But this was always going to be those kind of records, Swanee. You look at them because that's what a team are doing, but it's a completely different perspective, isn't it, when you're talking about facing a side like Chelsea?
Yeah, different class like you just mentioned there, bringing a World Cup winner on. Just
casually just bring him on. Probably got his World Cup medal tucked in his sock. And talk about transfer fees. Signed from Benfica for 105 million, Swanee.
That's 2 players worth 200 and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
The keeper 225 million.
Yeah, keep adding them up. Good work from McCarthy there as he gets the ball to Hirakawa, who then loses it. Chelsea win it back again. Regan Slater's run his blood to water in this game, hasn't he?
They've all give it a great go, haven't they?
Yeah.
Times you come up now and again, and we knew it was going to happen against different quality.
Yeah, well, a rare wayward pass by Chelsea. They've done a couple of them, but not too many. Regan Slater, the next one now that everyone's talking about regarding a new contract. Sergei Yakirovich wants it done. Louis Coyle's has happened, a 3.5-year deal to take him to 2029. That happened this week. You might hear from him after the game if you haven't heard any of that interview and his reaction to that. But Regan Slater is the next one. They do have the option on it, but I think they'll be wanting to get something more long-term and tie him up with this one and make sure he's one of those go-to players.
Deserve rewarding, don't they?
Yeah.
Like saying he's one of them players that just need rewarding for what he's done or what he's doing.
A player that at times fans question when things aren't going right, but you can say that about a lot of players, as Chelsea just playing the ball out from the deep in their own half again. It's chested away to that right-hand side in blue shirts and socks, working towards the north stand in this second half, where there's about 20 minutes left of it, and it's Hull City 0, Chelsea 3. And here comes Hato, gives it to Garnacho. Someone remembered they had to boo just to our left-hand side. No one else is bothering now.
That's James, that. Booing it, James.
He's got his compo hat on for last of the summer wine fans. There's one for the digital audience. There's Enzo, now inside to Sarr, who's on a booking into Santos, and they're just
strolling,
freewheeling now, aren't they? There's a little darting run inside there by Steve Howe. Maybe a shot from Neto in towards the lap. Back to Neto again. There's the shot on the right foot. It's 4. And if it wasn't over before at 3-0, you can absolutely mark your card now. A valiant effort from the Tigers, but in the end, quality and movement and just the odd little mistake from the Tigers and switch off as well has contributed to it. But the Premier League side and Liam Rosenior against his old club as both a player and a manager has made it a winning one. Even with 20 minutes to go, we can call that. It's Hull City 0, Chelsea 4, and it's tie and FA Cup over for this season.
Yeah, it's a nice easy finish again, all down to Delap, and I just wanted to start scoring because I really liked him when he was here. Like saying, the ball got played into him, I think it was Egan that was tight, close to him in the box there, and he just held him off, waited for the right opportunity to come, just to drop it in front of the lad there to side foot it into net. That's a Neto, great finish, nice and easy for him.
Yeah, this time on his right foot. Chelsea going to make another change in just a moment. It's going to be Tosin Adarabioyo, the England schoolboy and youth, who comes on shortly. But we're back underway as Lundstrom has played in Giles, in behind the back. Can City get a consolation goal? Cross ball in towards Gelhardt, who was in there. He got tackled and challenged, and it's played away. Comes out to Lundstrom, back out to that left side to Giles. That's what you want to see now, a goal for City, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll liven everybody up, won't it?
Yeah.
Give us something to cheer about.
Lundstrom is going to drive one out to this right side, intended for Coyle, just too far ahead. Puts his hand up to acknowledge it, does the captain, but always just a little bit too far away. And not in a pat on the head, because at the end of the day, City are a championship side at the top end of the championship, so it's not a pat on the head kind of thing, but you feel they deserve something from it. But Chelsea have been the better side and deserve the victory, don't they?
In third gear.
Yeah.
World-class players we talk about. And a pleasure to watch them. Like I say, nobody expected much in this, did we? Like I say, we said it before, it's like a free roll. And just watch how some of the top players play. It's great.
Adarabioyo's got Tosin.
They make it look easy.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He's got Tosin on the back of his shirt. I'm quite happy to go with that. Always like to try and get names right, but that might just be a little bit of a less of a tongue twister in the closing stages of this game. He's going to come on shortly. Ball played away by the keeper, intercepted by Kumas near the angle of the area. Turns back, got some support with Gelhardt. Kumas keeps going, nice footwork, gives it to Gelhardt, steps in away from the challenge, now turns on his right foot into the area, tries to get a cross in, and it's literally just hit the foot of the Chelsea player and stopped, and then he gets it away.
Great play by Kumas though, wasn't it? Showing great feet. What did I say?
Yeah, booking for John Lundstrom. You did call it.
I'm about a minute out though. I said 5 minutes. 6 minutes has been on.
You're slipping, Swanee, I've got to be honest. There's going to be a couple of changes for Chelsea now. Tosin is one of them. Young Jesse Derry, the 18-year-old England under-19 left winger, gets an encouraging word from Liam Rosenior. It's not going to happen just yet. He'll wait an extra few seconds.
The size of little and large is coming on. It's like the twins. Danny DeVito and what was it, Arnie?
And Arnie, yeah, it was.
The size of them too, or size of one and not the other.
Rented that on video cassette back in the day. Again, another one for the TikTok audience. Here's Enzo. It's always good to go around my mate in when we're kids. Andy, I'll give Andy Oldstock a shout. He always had the best videos. All the new films coming out.
Yeah, I know what videos you had.
And now
under the shelf ones. Them
unbelievable.
Yeah, I know you, Michael.
Left hand side with Garnacho. Are we past the 9 o'clock watershed?
Nod, wink, wink.
Ball forward by Enzo. I'm going to ignore you now, Swanee. I tried to anyway, but definitely now.
You mean you haven't done for 20 odd years?
I've done my best. Got bills to pay. Still waiting for Chelsea to make that substitution. They've got the ball with Sanchez, the keeper, who's just drifted outside of his area to receive this one. And it's just the toying with City a bit now, aren't they?
It's training ground stuff now, isn't it? They don't want to get no injuries. Nobody wants to get any injuries, but you can just see the pace they're playing at. Trying to drag us in and then get beyond us, aren't they?
Yeah. City took the bait on that one, didn't they? But they didn't quite release Chelsea and just decide to reset, go back again to Sanchez, who'll play it out to Fofana on that right side, chased down by Hirakawa, but Fofana gets away from him, and Hirakawa's given up, didn't he? He looked to the sky.
He was off.
Yeah.
Then gives the ball away.
Stray ball that Coyle can step into. He's got Gelhardt here. He wants him to come for him, then plays it back in. That wasn't a good ball from Gelhardt there, was it?
Gelhardt should have been twisting. He should have been down the line. Coyle is waiting for him to make that run beyond him so he could play the ball in behind the fullback. Yeah. He didn't do that, and then he just closed all the space and gap up.
And now here come Chelsea at the other end with Garnacho in the area. Squares a ball in towards Steve-O, but
that's a better ball. Look,
can play it away, for Gelhardt. He's just going to go too far. And he didn't want to open up there, did he?
No.
Joe Gelhardt, you could see that. And a couple of changes are going to be made. So we've got 4 in one goal. Let's keep an eye on this one. The first one is going to be... Well, I don't have to keep saying his name, which people will think I'm getting wrong, but Steve-O's going off to be replaced by young Jesse Derry. having got his goal, the other player to go off is Fofana. Tosin will replace him. And then a couple of changes for the Tigers. Cody Drame has been missing, apart from one appearance where he came back, but he'd been out for some time. He's going to come on as well. So Joseph will just give him a bit of energy, close them down, try and just stop them from completely running away with this one. He'll do 4-0. It feels like that.
The thing is now he's trying to get a goal in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Carl Joseph comes on to replace Hirakawa.
Drame for Coyle.
Which is probably not a surprise, really, is it? Just he's protect your captain in that situation as well. Get him on, like for like swap. And on comes Cody Drame, a player who there was some question mark about his future at one point. Wanted away, then decided he didn't want to. He was involved in the FA Cup game, was Cody Drame. He played most of the game, but before that he hadn't played since November, dealing with a quad injury. So there's your changes, and we've got about 12 minutes left plus stoppage time, and this one will be over. Reaction to come here on BBC Radio Humberside. James Hogarth and Swanee will be with you, keeping warm under the dog blanket together.
Lovely and warm.
We'll hear from some fans as well, and I'll be down in the tunnel where we will work our way through the various media that want their pound of flesh to get reaction from hopefully a player and the manager. As a ball played in round the back on the curl, and it's going to be squared into the 6-yard box by Chelsea, but defended by Egan. Just gets a foot in front of Dylan Phillips. They give each other a consoling half hug, arm round each other, just acknowledge the efforts.
He just kicked the ball the way we're facing there, didn't he? So he didn't know what was around him at all.
So Chelsea will advance through to the 5th round of the competition. City will have to wait another year, but it's not season over by any stretch, because they've got a promotion to go and win now. Chelsea corner on that right hand side, left-footed, curled in. There's a sea of bodies in there for Phillips to deal with, but the referee felt it was an unfair challenge in there, and that will be a free kick to City. What's Liam Delap arguing about?
He ended up back at net, I think. I think the body's around, that's why the referee blew. Foul on the keeper.
Well, Chelsea put 5 past Charlton in the last round. City will be hoping to avoid that, but a ball intended for Kumas been cut out by Tosin and then given away, and City have it back, and he'll try and set Kumas away. Long ball forward. Can Kumas beat the keeper to it? Keeper's missed it altogether. Kumas just can't quite get there, and the defender comes across, but good work and an effort from Gelhardt. Keeps the ball in tight in this right hand corner, and that's going to be a City corner.
Great play. Kumas was electric, isn't he?
Yeah.
I said that, no matter who you play against, whatever level you're at football, if you've got pace, you're going to put defenders under pressure there, and they did exactly that when the keeper came out as well. I thought he would pull out of the challenge, but he didn't. It was very unfortunate that. McCarthy's done well.
Yeah. McCarthy going off to be replaced by Kieran Dowell for the final City change. Chelsea have still got the option to use one more should they need it. Tigers corner then, which Giles is going to take from this right side. Giles curls it in. Attacked there by City, but Joseph was in and around it, headed away by Chelsea. There's Dowell with his first touch, gives it to Giles, plays it infield to Slater. Slater curls a cross in, headed away by the visitors, comes out to Cody Drame, who just knocked it past his man. Delap will try and get there. Cody Drame goes in for the challenge, comes off him and out for a throw-in.
Yeah, I think they both pulled out of the challenge there, just that Drame was a bit quicker on it.
Yeah. Just a bit. Well, Liam Rossigna, so far this is his 11th game. It's going to be 8 wins. 4 of those have come in the Premier League. His only 2 losses so far have been that two-legged affair against Arsenal in the League Cup, and they've won. Well, with this it'll now be 5 wins from 6 away in all competitions.
Well,
so
I'm pleased for him.
I am.
I think most Hull fans will be as well.
I think we'd rather he'd lost tonight.
Yeah, of course we would.
But longer term, I think we wish him well. Here's Dowell, just shields the ball away there from Santos and then plays it away to the left side to Giles. Patiently holds the ball up. Chelsea lead by 4-0. Game was over a long time ago. Now it's about the Tigers trying to get an consolation, and Giles nips in and gets it, drives it side netting, gets a corner. It went into the side netting because of the touch. That was lovely work. He just knocked it past the defender, left him standing, and then the shot took a deflection and City get a corner out of it.
Yeah,
you want them to get a goal now, Swanee?
Yeah, of course you do. Great bit of skill by him, wasn't it, as well? Open him up, slight deflection there. The deflection could have gone anywhere.
Giles with that corner, left side, front of the east stand. Stutter step as he hangs this one up in the air. Egan's coming in at the back, might drop loose. Joseph tries to get it out from under his feet. Maybe an opportunity for Dowell to get the shot. Takes a touch off the lap and then he thumps it out into the west stand and out for a City throw-in.
Still a chance, isn't there? For a goal.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. 81333 is the text message number. Put RH at the start of it to drop James a message. 08000 321 333 is the WhatsApp number. If you save that number as a contact, Radio Humberside, put RH at the start of your first message and that'll get through to us as well. Gelhardt as Ganacha just fires it out without much thought or favour. Just Drame takes the throw in towards Gelhardt. Now Dowell slips it into Joseph, right hand side of the area, blocked by Sarr and out for another City corner.
You're putting the pressure on.
Tigers have just had a bit more of the ball in this last few minutes as Chelsea have taken the foot off the gas a bit, knowing that the job is done, and that might just present the Tigers with an opportunity for a consolation goal. These fans, 24,000 of them, or certainly the City contingent, would enjoy that. It's Giles on this right side, curls it in towards the front of the 6-yard box, and Derry's there to just glance the header away for another Tigers corner. 7 minutes left. Hull City 0, Chelsea 4 on BBC Radio Humberside and BBC Sounds. Don't forget, you can tune in to BBC Radio Humberside anytime you like. Ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Humberside. As Giles will take this corner again, curled in towards the near post. 2 Chelsea players went for it, one headed it away, and then Giles can't control it, puts his hand up to acknowledge it, goes out for a throw-in. It looks tired City performance now.
It does now, doesn't it? Yeah, they give it everything. Not going to say they've enjoyed it, but they'll realise what top players are all about.
Yeah. Next up for the Tigers, it is QPR next Saturday, followed by Derby here on the Tuesday. I forgot that. We were talking off air earlier. Derby on the Tuesday, and we always just have that little check-in, don't we, to make sure you're here, because you say you just turn up, don't you? No
don't
one's
get
ever
asked. Nobody else is sitting here, so I have to sit here and watch the game. Stick something on my ears and away we go. Ask me a question, I'll talk to anybody.
QPR next Saturday, Derby the following Tuesday, and then it's a trip to Portsmouth, which Swanee's bowed out of for that. Michael Turner will be alongside me at Fratton Park for that one. You just remember the view we had at the end of the season game last year, and you thought, I'm not having that again, didn't you?
What view we couldn't remember?
Well, we couldn't see.
Oh, right, yeah. We couldn't see, could we?
The ladder to the gantry.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't think the press box will be quite as full for this game. That was last day of the season drama. But, yeah, Michael Turner with me for that one. But Swanster's never too far away. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage so far this season, and we've still got plenty to go, Swanee. That promotion campaign still well on track, isn't it? Yes. Mauled by the Chelsea, sing the visiting fans as that ball played back to Dylan Phillips. I'm not sure you appreciated that too much from Paddy McNair, Swanee, with Liam Delap bearing down on him.
Yeah, it was a hospital ball, is it?
Yeah. Final change is going to be made here by Liam Rosenior in a second. It's going to be Sim Huker, the England under-19 centre forward. You have to think that's going to be Delap going off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's done well, to be fair, apart from the chance.
Yeah, ball goes out for another throw-in. Still getting an instruction, the substitute, so it's not happening just yet. Being taken by Hato, held up by Derry, who shows nice footwork and a clean pair of heels to Cody Drame. Tight in the left corner though, so he's able to work it out a bit to Hato. He turns it in field towards Neto, who's just been the little controller, hasn't he, of the midfield for Chelsea.
Quality, hasn't he?
I always felt he was going to be that kind of player that could be the one to unlock this City side out of all the quality that Chelsea have. No Cole Palmer in it. He obviously got that hat-trick a couple of weeks ago, but not needed him. He got his rest tonight, as did Charlie Hughes and Ollie McBurney's. A turn away there from Garnacho, just skips from two City players, and Slater was just chasing shadows there, understandable. Ball into the area for Garnacho to come back to. Phillips will leave it out for a goal kick, and that will be City's ball on the final change. And there is Liam Delap going to come off. Applause from the Chelsea fans, and some polite applause from the City supporters as well, Swanee, who will have appreciated what he did in that season he had here with the injury as well.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Done well tonight. Just wanted to start scoring goals.
I always remember your reaction to seeing him, but just before he scored his goal at Norwich, he did a couple of little moves that you thought, I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah, we did say that, start of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah. And he gets a nice reaction. Some City players this season have come back, even the hometown boy Jacob Greaves and Sean McLaughlin as well have been booed. Liam Delap hasn't, Liam Rosenior hasn't as well, and that's how it should have been. It's not for us to tell fans what they should do, but it would have been baffling if they did, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Just a thanks for them, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we wish them well with the remainder of their season. But our focus will firmly be, and we will be there every step of the way to follow the Tigers in what could be a very special season. 10 years since they were last promoted to the Premier League for their last stint there under Steve Bruce. He did that obviously in what would be his last hurrah, getting them to the Premier League before leaving in that turbulent summer. Phil Brown was the first man to do it. Was chatting to him earlier on. I was...
This is lovely, by the way. I know I'm jumping in.
No, it's fine. Go for it.
All four sides that stand are singing to Liam Rosenior, and who's applauded all of them.
Yeah, that is a nice touch.
Lovely.
Just an acknowledgement. It was nothing major. I was just saying I was chatting to Phil Brown earlier, the man who, of course, got them to the Premier League the very first time back in 2008. That seems a lifetime ago now, Swanee. I suppose it was at 20-odd years.
It was, wasn't it? Gee, flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah. Really did. Some great times here on BBC Radio Humberside, and more still to come. Will there be cup success on Sunday for Grimsby Town as they take on Wolves, a game that you really feel they'll fancy the chances on a pitch that was cutting up a lot on Wednesday night in the game against Accrington Stanley. I'm not sure Wolves will fancy playing on that one. See what impact that has as Gelhardt goes in. Oh, and that's not a good challenge there from Gelhardt on his opposite number 21, Hato. He just gets the booking from the referee. That was a frustrating, or a tackle out of frustration, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? It's one of them where he'd gone away from it, just frustration in himself.
So the first two substitutions of the evening, Lundstrom and Gelhardt, both booked. The first one you could have predicted, you did predict. Final 30 seconds of normal time here at the MKM Stadium. Hull City 0, Chelsea 4. It's a repeat scoreline of the 2018 meeting when the Tigers lost at Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea that year went on to win the competition, their 8th FA Cup success. Last time that they picked up the trophy. They did lose 3 straight finals as well, did Chelsea, at one stage, as they try and get away here. Man goes down, but the Tigers come away with it. And it'll be 3 more minutes. That's kind of a merciful 3 minutes, really, Swanee, isn't it? Don't put too much more on than needs to be. As City, unfortunately, are not going to find a way back in. Could they find a late goal? At the moment, they've got to get the ball back from Chelsea, though, as Neto, who's been the orchestrator of everything that's been good about Chelsea tonight, and he's got 2 goals for his trouble as well. Some more fans just trying to get the Liam Rosenior, his nannies from Hull chant going. It doesn't quite pick up. Maybe it just gains a bit of momentum now, but play continues. Chelsea midway inside the City half. Here's Enzo Fernandez gives it maybe a chance and a shot from range. It was Ajampong who fancied his chances, but always rising, always flying, and always heading into the north stand. And Liam Rossini acknowledges the fans again for getting the pound of flesh out of that.
Yeah, bless him. He's done well for us, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I liked him.
I think that was probably more the Chelsea fans, actually, in that away end.
Yeah, they forgot about our manager.
Yeah, there we go, he realises. Sergei gave us a wave. He acknowledges the Tigers supporters as well. The man who is the future, and a ball through, maybe a little flick on. Can Kumas get something from this edge of the area? On his right, pokes it. Oh, it's hit the post. That was the chance. That was the moment. He would have deserved it because he's really worked hard in that role in the middle. He's put some pressure on Chelsea at times, and it was a clever little move. He just stepped in on his left foot, outside of his right foot, poked it past the keeper, but it hits the upright and rolls away. That was the chance, Swanee.
That was the chance. It was a great play by him as well, wasn't it? It's the pace again that puts him under pressure, and he was running out of time, running out of space, and he thought the only thing he had left was a toe poke, and he toe poked it. And he's not wrong with that. Like I say, I've seen a lot of goals being toe poked to there, and it just 6-inch right hand side of it could have been celebrating.
Ever so close. Here comes Slater. Where he's got this energy from, I'm not sure. Keeps going, plays it down the line to Gelhardt, steps inside, Slater keeps running. Slater's got the ball. Now Gelhardt, maybe a chance for the Tigers, squares it across through the area, doesn't get there, and it rolls through.
Legs, didn't it?
I think it did. And that was the moment again. I said 30 seconds ago, I said that was the moment. That was the next moment for the Tigers to get a consolation.
Chance. It was a right chance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gelhardt opened it all up, and then he just goes, plays it across, and I don't think Joseph would expect it went through his legs.
And there you go. City fans, despite the scoreline, they're seeing what their side have put into this tonight, and getting behind their team. I think if they do score now, Swanee, in the final minute of this added on time, it'd be the biggest cheer of the night.
Yeah, I think
Here's
so.
Drame, right hand side of City go again, cross ball into the area, runs through. Kumas should be able to get there as it rolls out the area. Giles in support. Kumas keeps it though. Might fancy it himself, then lays it back to Giles. Giles round the outside of his man on that left hand side, beats Neto, floats across in, needs a bit of power on the header, takes a touch and bounces, and that'll be Sanchez's ball. And that is the 3 minutes. I thought there was 4 for some reason. I don't know why I was adding an extra minute on. It says clearly 3. That is full time on a night where City have been beaten, and maybe the scoreline looks heavy, but it's not an embarrassing night for the Tigers. They will acknowledge, they will accept that they've beaten by a quality side, a team that can move the ball around at will, took the chances when they came along as well. City maybe presented a couple of those moments and opportunities to the Premier League side along the way in the process. But that is some effort from the Tigers, which the fans have acknowledged with their appreciation and show of appreciation for the players on the MKM Stadium pitch tonight. It wasn't to be the Giant Cup act, it wasn't to be the slight cup shock. It's Championship against Premier League, but it would have still been seen as a cup shock. But that wasn't to happen tonight. But this season is not over. The FA Cup will be over for this season for the Tigers, but this season is definitely not over. There are perhaps now bigger things on the horizon for the Tigers. With the position they find themselves in the Championship, all focus will be on that now. Can City lead themselves back to the Premier League under Sergei Yakirovic? That's the target, that's the aim, that's the goal, and that's what they have to focus on. But for tonight, it wasn't to be. The effort was there, but in the end, Chelsea just too good and just too clinical when it mattered. Hull City 0, Chelsea 4. The FA Cup's over for this season.
It is, but yeah, it's come at a good time. Little break in the season in the league just to reflect on how well we're doing this season, and then you're thrown into this to thinking, let's go see what you're going to have to be like if you do go up next season. Like I say, Chelsea, a quality team. Like I say, I still believe they played in third gear, to be fair. They had a lot more to offer, but they showed some quality. But let's not take it away from ourselves how well we played at times. We were up against quality teams. We did create half chances, even right to the death. Sergei's team never stopped. They kept going, could have hit the post near the end, had another couple of half chances. So yeah, I think the manager will be happy with that. He'll realise how good a Chelsea team there was, and he tried setting his team up. Yeah, he made 6 changes, but like saying, the main thing for us is the league. Like saying, they'll have loved it out there today, the players playing against quality World Cup winners coming off the bench. That's how good Chelsea are. So yeah, in general, I think he'll be happy with that. Not happy with the result, but the performance and how hard they played for each other, and they're committed right to the death, which, let's say, that takes a lot from the players. And let's say the substitutes that came on all had a slight impact in the game, but you're up against a quality outfit here, and let's say, it's great for the fans to see that, and they're all staying and applauding that Chelsea, as well as their own team. And let's say it's a credit to them. Let's say they've done really well, and it's been a good night of football for everybody concerned.
A winning return to his former home for Liam Rosenior against his old club that he played for and more recently managed as well. Thanks to Shoei, who said Liam won't be happy with me because I gave him the 2 defeats in the League Cup. He was only in charge for one of them. Sorry about that, Liam. But yeah, he's brought his side to his former home tonight, and they have run out in the end on the scoreboard, convincing winners. A quality side who may still have something to say about what they do in this competition, as well as the others that they're still involved in. For the Tigers, now the focus goes on to the Championship. We've got a 8-day break between this and the next game, so a chance to rest, regroup and refocus. And when they do, the Tigers' promotion march could well be on. We'll follow it all the way here on BBC Radio Humberside, as we will all the post-match reaction from here. We're through until 10:30 tonight. Make sure you stay with us for that. James Hogarth, Peter Swan, James and Swanee. I went very formal there. James and Swanee will see you through with that. I'm going to go get some reaction. We'll bring it to you here on BBC Radio Humberside, where it's finished Hull City 0, Chelsea 4.
So it ends in defeat for Hull City tonight in the FA Cup 4th round. The Tigers beaten 4-0 here at the MKM Stadium. A Pedro Neto hat-trick, at least that's how it's been credited. And Estivao with the other goal in this game tonight. You can have your say. We'll be to the fans panel between now and 10:30. Swanee is hanging around for the end of the show as well. Let's hear from you tonight. You can text 81333. Start the message with the letters RH. You can WhatsApp me as well, 08000 321 333. And you can get involved on social media as well, at Humberside Sport, here on Humberside Sport Live from the BBC. So Swanee ends in defeat. Let's accentuate a few positives, because there were plenty of positives this evening. What stands out for you, despite the scoreline, in terms of Hull City?
I think the commitment from start to finish. They went out with a plan, and they stuck with it to the end. And even at the end there, the last 5 minutes, we created 2 great chances also in the post. So the belief in the manager, how he wants them to play, they stuck with that. Yeah, they're up against a quality team, and if you're sure you can break a quality team down like Chelsea, you've got a chance again in the Championship, haven't you? So that's probably where we are in the league, because of how we've done tonight, to be fair. Like I said, the commitment, the belief in each other, and it's just having that bit of quality at times. And I think you look at Chelsea, how they played, and they made the game look easy, and it's all because of good players, and they can move the ball, and they see the game probably a step ahead of other players. And that's what we need to learn from. If they watch that, they can see that and learn from that.
Eyebrows were raised about the selection before the game. Mike will clarify in terms of Ollie McBurney why he didn't play. He wasn't involved at all. We'll find out why. And Charlie Hughes wasn't involved. What about the players that came in? Carl McCarthy, Lewis Kumas particularly. What did you make of the players who stepped in?
I thought they all did exceptionally well, given opportunities. Like saying, they came and did well. And for me, that's all they can ask them to do. They've come and, like say, give it the good go. They've shown the manager that they are when needed. So, end of the day, it's opportunities which probably don't come around apart from the FA Cup. And when these come around, go and see what you can do. And like saying that, they'll come on tonight and are thinking, how good was he? Then if you watch the game back and see the movement on the player you were playing up against, of thinking, can I learn anything from what's happened today? Football's all about learning. Even when you finish your last game, you're still learning the game. So if they can look at things and thinking, how could I have done that, or what did he do to make my life harder today? Can I take a little bit from that? And that's what they need to be doing, to be fair, if they're going to get better.
This text says, absolutely shocking second half performance from a team that wants to be playing this standard of football every week. Not a chance. We can go up and compete. Far too easy for Chelsea. That said, if this City team is to get promoted, you look at Sunderland. The Sunderland team of last season wouldn't have held its own in the Premier League. But look at the Sunderland now, and that's ultimately what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, it's finance, isn't it? That's what it's all about. But I think the backroom staff and the recruitment team here at Hull City, you've got to give them credit for what they've brought to this club. Like saying, especially the situation the club's been in, and the players have brought in, and for us to be fighting where we are in the league, no one expected it. But people sometimes miss that, and they just turn up and see what they see, and then they'll have the favourites, they'll have the player they want to pick on. Like I say, we mentioned Slater there, that probably he was a scapegoat a few years ago or months ago, and when things weren't going right. But what he's done is, he's got his head down and he's just worked hard on what he can do, what he can change and what he can make better, and that's what he's done himself. And on the back of that, the fans have seen that and realised that and thinking, yeah, fair play to him. And like I say, hope he gets the contract he probably deserves, like Louis got that. He's done these, he's worked hard to get that. So it's like every player's got to go out there and they've got a purpose to play. They've got understanding, they've got to play within a unit to get the best from each other. You're not going to go win the game yourself. There's certain clubs have got individuals like they have tonight with the Neto that can change a game by themselves. But for us to have success, and we've done it before into the Premier League, you'll hear people talking about it's the unity and the togetherness of a team that will generate that.
Mike says, signs off up the Tigers, the inevitable result. Massive golfing class. Not a lot of great play from City, though thought Slater and Giles did well. I suppose we have some big money tonight to help our finances. In terms of, you talked there about Regan Slater, and at times he looked at ease, not so much at ease, but certainly he looked like he was enjoying himself and was, to a certain extent, comfortable playing against these Chelsea superstars.
We'll have to ask him that, if he felt comfortable playing against them.
Well, he certainly didn't give off the...
He didn't. He
didn't look overawed in it.
No, he looked and thinking, I'm going to do what I'm good at. And that's closing down, winning the ball back, running the ball at feet, at pace. And that's what he tried doing today. Like saying, it was great to see. And especially, you look at other players like Kumas, who played up top, I thought, he's still a bit raw. But the rawness and the pace he's got, like I say, Chelsea didn't know how to handle him at times. He kept dropping off. They didn't get tight with him. As soon as they get tight, the ball's over the back, he's got the patience to get behind the back. And on a couple of occasions, if it had dropped his way, he probably got himself a goal today. But yeah, there's players there that's been given opportunities, like for himself, like you're on about Slater, Kumas, like I said, McCarthy, like I said, did ever so well. Made a mistake early on, didn't let him affect him, he moved on with it. So it's all a learning curve, and to play against teams like this today, they'll have loved it.
And let's
get sleep all tonight, but they'll loved it.
And let's get it right with McCarthy. He was playing university football in Dublin this time last year. It was a City player, but went back out on loan. So he was playing in a part-time team, and then fast forward a year, he's up against Chelsea and starting.
Yeah, and there'll be players, his teammates back home in Ireland, be looking, thinking like exactly what you've just said, and they'll be watching that game tonight and saying, I used to play with him. Then it gives them open opportunity to think, can I get to that level? That's how it goes, that's how it looks.
We'll go to the fans panel shortly. Swanee's hanging around, so let's hear from you tonight here on BBC Radio Humberside. You can text 81333, start the message with the letters RH. You can WhatsApp me 08000 321 333, and you can get involved on social media as well at Humberside Sport. Elsewhere in the FA Cup fourth round tonight, Wrexham have beaten Ipswich by 1-0. Josh Windus, the son of Dean Windus, with the goal for Wrexham. And in the Super League, Catalans earlier on beat Huddersfield by 26 points to 10. Two games still at play. Lee are beating Leeds Rhinos by 20 points to 8. Warrington beating St Helens by 24 points to 10. Let's go to the fans panel and talk to Jeff Bealby, who's been at the game tonight. Jeff, good evening to you.
Good evening, James.
So you've been here tonight. What's your overriding thoughts and emotion leaving the MKM Stadium tonight?
Well, it was great to see the stadium full. it takes you back to the Premier League days in many ways. I think that the game itself, it was a bit men against boys a lot of the time. We rode our luck massively in the first half. We could have been 2 or 3 goals down pretty early on. But City stuck at it. And, I think everyone was optimistic at half-time. We'd come out and perhaps give it a bit more than we did. But we were outpaced, outthought at times. But I thought it was great that the way we stuck at it, the substitutions didn't really stop City playing, and they kept at it hard at the end. It was just a shame we only hit the post at the end. It would have been great just to get a goal really at the end. It was a bit of a consolation.
Some City fans might look at the performance at times, Jeff, and say, well, hang on a minute, this is a team that wants to be against Chelsea on a regular basis, and that would concern them. But I think do we not have to get that into context that City would invest in the summer getting to the Premier League, and this wouldn't be the City 11 that starts in the Premier League next year were they to be promoted, so it would be an unfair comparison tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I started this season and I've been quite happy with mid-table mediocrity. I think we're punching way above our weight with the transfer embargo restrictions and what have you on. I think Sergei's doing a fantastic job. There's a fantastic team spirit. But to expect City to be going up this season, I think, is one for the eternal optimists. I mean, I am optimistic. I come over pessimistic, so I'm so experienced. We're not ready to go up, I don't think. If we do, great, and yes, there will be massive investment. Let's try and keep our feet on the ground. And that's not me being negative at all. It really is. I am one of the sort of glass half full merchants, but realism does have to kick in now and again.
What about the players that stepped up tonight, the likes of Carl McCarthy? Obviously, we know Lewis Koumas came in for a full start as well. What did you make of a team that was missing some key players? And I know some fans were concerned about the selection before the game. What did you make of the players that stepped up tonight?
It's a squad game, and I think, there were some questions without Hughes and McBurney starting, or even in the squad. But I mean, Regan Slater does what Regan Slater does. He just plays out of his skin. He's everywhere, and I thought he had a great game tonight. And the newer players coming in really put a shift in. I think everyone should go away pretty proud of the performance. Really, that Chelsea team are fast, they're pacey, skillful, and it's a shame we went 4 down. But all in all, it shows where we are. And I'm not disappointed at where we are, considering the restrictions we've got on us for transfers, etc., James.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff, good to speak to you tonight. Enjoy your weekend. Jeff Bealby on the fans panel this evening. Swanee, this from Lee says, impressed with our first half performance, and I thought we were unlucky to be 1-0 down, albeit for an unstoppable goal. We stuck at it, and fair play to the lads without our main striker and centre-back. Learn and go on against QPR. Wasn't impressed with the Chelsea support, but good to see a full house. One key with this as well, all that energy that was used and sapped from this game. City don't have a midweek game as well, so plenty of recovery time and not necessarily a concern about a midweek game.
No, not at all now. Like saying it, I think it's come at a great time. The cup game, I think it's perfect timing. Like I say, we can look back and reflect how well we've done this season, and I can't believe that I still look at that team and think there's still loads more to come. Like I say, we're getting players back from injury and things like that. You're thinking, certain games, I think we could have done a lot better. Like, we look at the fans will be going home thinking, if they try and perform as good as we've done tonight in the Championship, we should be fine. We should be definitely in the playoffs. But it's hard to raise your game all the time. It's because it's Chelsea. You have to raise your game because you don't want to be embarrassed with the scoreline. That's what it is. Even though people might still look at that and think it was embarrassing. No, it wasn't. We put up a good shout today. I think they did ever so well. Like saying, if they wanted to put the foot down, Chelsea, and needed to in the game 6, they possibly could have done. But we got ourselves in positions to go on and do that. But how they are at the moment, like saying they're on about punching above the weight in the league, possibly you can look at things like that as when things don't go your way. But end of the season, you'll end up where you are because how well you've played. And like saying, that's how well we're doing at the moment. So I think the cup games come at a great time now, so they can have a few days off, like I say, and then focus back on the league, get everybody back fit again and up and running and fighting for, like I say, for a great cause in it to get in the playoffs. Let's even go for the top 2. I know it might be out of his reach, you think, but you only need to string 4 results together, which we're seeing already. You string 4 results and you fly up there.
And as Jeff put it, you've got to be kind of realistic about this season, and nobody would have expected realistically a push for promotion, but those players will have got a taste for it tonight. They'll have got a lot of those players have played in the Premier League anyway, but those players will have got a taste for that tonight. That might be a catalyst, possibly. That's the carrot you dangle there in front of them. This could be in the Premier League next year.
I don't think just the players. I think the 24,000 fans that was here had got a taste of it and thinking, we're like this. Some days you're going to come across teams like that, and then you get the other games where you're thinking you become the better team, and you're thinking, Can we put up with this week in, week out? No, not with the squad we've got. No, we can't. We'd be stupid to think so. But obviously the money will get invested in the summer if we did get in that situation. Like I'm saying, the quality of players will attract even more so if we get up. We're talking, like it's in hindsight, if we can get into that position. But what we've got to talk about, what we've got at the moment, how well the manager, how well the backroom staff have done, and the recruitment team and the players on the field have all pulled together, and it must be a great place to go to work in that training ground day in, day out.
Let's return to the fans panel here on BBC Radio Humberside, get some more views. Cameron has been at the game tonight. I know he was in the East Stand this evening. Cameron, how did you see it from the East Stand?
Hi there, James. Valiant effort from the boys. Obviously, there's a mile apart in difference, between the levels, and that was obviously evident with the 4 goals. But I thought we gave a good account of ourselves on the Sky cameras, and we have got some young but promising players that I think this experience will do a lot for their development. So there's a lot of positives to take from a night like tonight. Anyone that came tonight thinking that there was a chance of us winning or anything, that's not what tonight was for. I don't think it was purely for the experience to the young lads.
Well, you say that. We'll come back to you, Cameron, if that's all right, because one of those young lads who certainly got a lot of experience out of the game was Cathal McCarthy, and he's live with Mike White right now.
He is. Cathal, thanks for joining us live on BBC Radio Humberside. First chance in all these months I've had a chance to actually meet you and chat to you, so good to speak to you, albeit under a losing effort tonight. But how much pride as a team, first of all, and we'll talk about you, how much pride can you take out of the effort that your side put in tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think the effort can be knocked at all. Look, I think we knew coming into the game it was going to be tough. Sure, you know what you're getting with them, world champions in the summer, and obviously they're absolutely flying under a senior now since he's come in. So look, we knew it was going to be tough, but at least if you can say after 90 minutes you've left it all out there, I think we can be proud of ourselves despite the scoreline.
What did they offer as a side?
Well, I think if anyone watched the game, you can see they don't really lose the ball, do they? They just move it quick, 2-touch max, and well, they have quality in the right areas as well. They can hurt you, as you've seen with their goals, some top quality goals. So look, we can hold our heads up high despite the scoreline. They
had a few early opportunities in the first half, didn't they? What are you thinking at that point?
Yeah, look, we knew, they're going to come out firing and they want to get an early start to, I suppose, make it easier for themselves. So I suppose they get maybe a few shaky moments from us at the back, which might be expected, obviously just the occasion in it. So I suppose just kind of make it 0-0 as long as we can and try see it off 0-0 till half time. And look, they got a goal right before the break, which was a small bit of a killer, but at half time we were just told keep going, keep doing our thing and try push on now in the second half, but wasn't to be.
Yeah, what did that goal just before half time do for you? How did you feel at that stage?
Yeah, it is a bit of a punch in the stomach. Obviously you've worked so hard in the first half and you're nearly at half time, you just want to get in 0-0 and it's an even game going into the second half. But look, it is a bit of a punch in the stomach, and Pedro Neto just put it in the far corner from 25 yards, no backlift. I suppose that's what these players can do at this level.
Yeah, they showed the kind of quality, and how much was he influential in all of that? How much you'd have been aware of it going into it, but when you see it actually there and you're trying to deal with it, what was he bringing?
Yeah, look, he's got a quality left foot and he's very tricky. So look, well, you could say that about their whole front line, I suppose. They were all going to cause a threat, but I suppose it's just nullify it as much as possible, and like I said, try to get to half-time 0-0, but wasn't to be today.
And then that's 5 minutes before half-time, 5 minutes after half-time, when it was always going to be a situation you needed the next goal really in that situation at 2-0. Did that just take the sting out of things a little bit, did you feel?
Maybe, I suppose maybe it did take the sting out of it a small bit. It just gives them a bit more comfort, and they can string passes. They've got a small bit of a lead now rather than just the one goal. And look, we just have to keep playing and doing our thing, which is what we tried to do, and we just tried to give it the best for our fans. We're 2-0 down. Look, we mightn't get 3 goals, but at least put on a show for our fans and keep fighting till the end, because I suppose that's all we can do.
It's been quite the season for you, and we'll maybe talk about that a little bit as well. But as far as getting your opportunity tonight, when did you find out you were going to be playing?
I suppose you kind of have an idea during the week, just with the shape, maybe on Wednesday and Thursday, and then obviously Thursday you get told that you're starting. So yeah, just over the moon to get that experience, albeit the result. But again, just nice to get 80 minutes under the belt, especially a team like that, Chelsea. You're not going to get that experience in the champ, so I think it's a special day, albeit the result.
For people listening, there'll be fans in the car now, people listening on the phones, listening at home on BBC Radio Humberside and on BBC Sounds. Just give us that insight into how that conversation goes when you're told you're playing, and what emotion, what you were feeling at that point.
Yeah, look, I suppose this happened to me last August. I was told I was starting against Blackburn, and albeit I was very, very excited, I was also very nervous, and just it was my first time playing in front of the fans, and first time playing in the MKM, so I was very nervous in August, but this time I was a bit more relaxed, and I suppose I've been told this before, so it was a bit more normal to me, and even though it's maybe a better opposition, but I just wasn't too nervous this time. Just tried to do my thing and just be the best I could, I suppose. My family were over, and a couple of my friends, so just wanted to put on a show for them too, and make them proud.
What family did you have over?
I had my mum, my dad, I had 3 of my aunties and a cousin, so there was a good crowd there today.
Going into it, is it one of those games where all of a sudden you realise how many family and cousins you've got when you're getting phone calls and messages saying, can I have tickets? Family coming out of the woodwork?
So look, that's okay, I don't mind it at all, because look, in Ireland we don't get, like, coming over to a game in England's kind of a real cool thing, and it doesn't happen too often. Like growing up, I only would have been to one game in England, so I don't mind getting tickets for them at all, and I want them to come because it's an experience for them as well as me.
Yeah, well, within that, because like you said, it's bittersweet because the result hasn't gone your way and it's a heavy score line, but to play in a game like that, what does that moment mean to you?
Yeah, look, it is a proud moment for myself and my family. Obviously, I suppose if you told me a few months ago, maybe 6 or 7 months ago, 8 months ago, that I was going to be playing against Chelsea in the MKM, I wouldn't have believed it at all, and I would have absolutely taken the opportunity. So just a proud moment for me and my family, and I'm just very thankful that the gaffer threw me in and trusted me, even though the opponents today.
It was great to see. How do you feel you did?
Look, I suppose as a defender it's not nice conceding 4 goals, and look, it's hard to look past that, but I tried to just get my tackles in and try and nullify. It was Estevao over my side and Pedro Neto, try to stop them as much as I could. I thought I did at times, so I tried a few forward passes. So look, I'd like to hold my head up high and think I did okay, held my own.
You've got some experience around you, John Egan, Paddy McNair a bit further across. You've got your captain in the back line, and even Ryan Giles, a younger player but with plenty of experience. How much does that help you, and how much have they supported you?
It helps loads. Look, these players have played so many games at this level, and like John Egan beside me, he's a fellow countryman, he's from Ireland too, so it's real nice having lads like him and like Skip, who just can just talk me through the game. Regan Slater in front of me, it makes it a lot easier for me. It just gives me a dig out when I need to. They can give me information, help me out, so it makes it a lot easier having them beside me.
It was effectively you in for Charlie Hughes tonight. How much sort of pressure does that come with?
Yeah, they're big boots to fill, I suppose. We all know Charlie's quality, so look, I suppose just try to play my own game, and look, I know I'm not Charlie Hughes, so just try to be as best as I can.
Looking at the bigger picture, this team now has got something in their sights, and you want to be playing those kind of teams week in and week out when August rolls around next season. What do you take from a night like this?
Absolutely, like you said, I think we all want to be playing teams like that next year, and I suppose that is the goal now. And look, we're out of the cup, but we've got playoff places to play for and so on. So we've got a lot of games still left. So we put our focus into that now. And like you said, that's going to be our goal now for the rest of the season.
How high is the belief that you can do that now?
Huge, absolutely huge. And every day in training, the lads just push you, and we all know what we want to work for. So yeah, the belief is huge in the camp.
How much is Sergei driving that? What's he been like?
Yeah, he's been brilliant. Honestly, he's been really, really good. So Sergei, the gaffer, he's been brilliant. So he pushes all of us every day in training, and he's just like us. He wants it just as much as we do. So it's good having a gaffer who drives us on every day.
Just to finish, and like I said, great to chat to you, and thanks for sparing some time on what's been a really tiring night for you, I can imagine. Just going back to what you said at the beginning, you couldn't have imagined this at the start of the season. So what can you personally take out of this? Not just playing at Chelsea, but as far as what this can do for you in your career and the trust that the manager's shown in you now, what can you build on from this?
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose, like you said, him putting trust in me just builds my confidence, and the more games I play, the more I just want to keep going, and I've played, I think it's 7 now, so if I can get to double digits for the season, or if I can keep going, push on and get a few more to the end of the season, I suppose that's just what I want to do, and keep showing the gaffer that I'm able to play at this level, and he can put his trust into me. So that's it, Mike. Yeah,
look forward to seeing it. Good to see you, great to chat. Thanks for your time.
You too, thank you.
On the 14th of February last year, UCD, University College Dublin, played Wexford. I can't get into the match result for that game because of the spam blocker on the BBC laptop that I'm using, but I suspect he played in that game. So he's gone from playing university football a year ago to starting against Chelsea, Swanee, and you can just hear how happy and delighted he was, but also how measured he was at that opportunity.
Very measured. What comes across as a very lovely lad, and for him to involve his family and the experience his family's been over to help and been with him through that. Because at the end of the day, you need good people around you for the support mechanisms. When you're getting into the football world, you need protection. And like I say, he wants his family over here as possibly much as possible, and it's a big move for him coming over. And just listening to him talk they're the kids that you want to see succeed. You know what I mean? He seems to, like I say, level-headed. He gets on the field there and he's trying, like I say, what he knows, what he can do, stick to what he's good at. He's not a Charlie Hughes, he said. He's who he is himself, and he's got to do the best of what he's done himself. And he also managed that. He had the manager had the faith in him to go throw him in and give him that chance again. So, and I think he repaid him today. I thought tonight he had an exceptional game. So, yeah, people like him you want to see succeed.
Yeah, Carl McCarthy, this time last year, almost a year to the day, was playing in a 3-0 defeat against Wexford Reserves in the Irish League. A year later, as he said, he came up against Pedro Neto and
yeah, but he did say, what did he say? He said he thought he did well against Neto, but I didn't think he realised he walked off with match ball behind him.
Carl McCarthy talking to Mike White. More match reaction to come. Let's go back to our fans panel here on BBC Radio Humberside. Cameron's been listening to Carl McCarthy. Cameron, thank you very much for your patience listening to that interview. We'd come to you just beforehand. He was one of the standouts tonight, wasn't he? Very measured, certainly measured in terms of his post-match interview, but also very mature performance and a remarkable growth in that player to have come so quickly into a game against Chelsea.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet for himself it's absolutely huge, for his development. Like I was touching on before the interview, I think for players like McCarthy tonight is a huge point in their development. They've got confidence that they can at least test themselves against some of the best players in the world. He's been one of them academy players for me anyways, that, as soon as he's come into the first team, he looks like a first team player. And that's the biggest compliment I can give to him. He's obviously a really young lad. You've just said he was a university student a year ago while playing university football. So to see him playing in the first team for a championship club and, starting against Chelsea, I think it's absolutely amazing for him, and it's a credit to the academy and everyone at the club that are able to bring in these young lads time and time again.
You could look at the scoreline and be quite defeated and deflated about it, couldn't you? But I suspect there's plenty of City fans going away tonight accentuating the positives, Cameron, from this and seeing beyond the scoreline.
For me, we've got 15 cup finals to go. This game tonight, in my head personally, was a pre-season friendly. It was a game to show our players off on national TV, and I think we did that. But the league is the most important thing, and I think from the 6 changes, it was pretty obvious that the squad are aware that these next 15 league games are probably the biggest 15 league games in the last 10 years for this club. If things go right and we carry on as we have been, it's not like we need to do anything different than what we have been doing. Try not to lose, more than 1 or 2 games in a row. Keep picking up points, and 6, 7, 8 wins, I think we'll be in the playoffs. So let's just really focus on these 15 games.
Cameron, good to speak to you. Thank you very much for being on the fans panel. Let's get live reaction from the Hull City head coach. Sergei Yakirovich is with Mike White.
Hi. Thanks, James. Sergei, thank you for joining us. I was just put off because just before we went on air, you just said I like this 6-7. I thought
this man said right now. He has a good calculation. I hope we will reach that.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, of course. We will push there because we showed even today, this evening, that we can create some chances against Chelsea, which is good message, and we just must continue like this.
Yeah. About tonight, let's start and we'll break it down a little bit. Can you sometimes just have to accept as a manager, as a team, when you've been beaten by a better side on the night?
You can accept, of course. I think that we were first half defensively very good, strong, that our tactical plan worked, and maybe in some transitions we should be much calmer with the ball, play faster, vertical, because there is a lot of space. That was the plan. Maybe lack of better decisions, and then of course Chelsea had also two good chances, I think, and then this goal from Neto. This is individual quality. You can't stop this. This is he shot perfectly there. And then in the halftime we try to fix some moments, to try to push more, to be much more aggressive. That we have good triggers there when we will jump out. And I think that the second goal killed the game. I think it's very cheap goal because we prepared that, we expected that, and we must be much better in these situations. Of course, after we try, maybe sometimes we lost balance in some situations, and then we use that immediately because they are very fast in every position, and we are exposed in these situations. And towards end, I think that we deserve 1 goal, at least 1 goal today, and with Kumas, with Kylie, Kumas especially in the first half, and on the end, congratulations to Chelsea, of course, and congratulations to my boys, because if we will play like this, with this passion, intensity, energy, that we are tactically good, then we don't have any worry about. It's just about healthy. This team is just about healthy, because even before this game we had a lot of problems. Of course, we try to spare some players because we try to use this week for their recovery, that they will be available, I hope, for next games.
You've covered a lot of ground there, and I'll try and pick up on a couple of the things, but you've touched on one of them, because going into this, when the team news came out, the selection was a big talking point amongst fans. Maybe some feeling that you hadn't quite gone for it as much as they would have wanted to. Just to confirm, what was you thinking behind no Hughes, no McBurney in the side?
No, but they are not available, so we must put somebody else. So this Akin is also struggling there for me. So he's struggling, so we put Maka. I don't have any doubts about McCarthy, because he showed even today that he is sharp, he is quick, he reads the situations good on the pitch. Of course, experience will come, but he's 2006. He's the future of this club, and I don't have any doubts about him.
He's a confident boy, isn't he?
Yes. I don't have. He trained very well. I didn't want that he goes on loan, because sometimes we are struggling with positions. Also, Jalon needs the minutes after he will catch the rhythm, because he's very important. Paddy is there, stability is there, so we spare Corley after with Cody also back from the injury, Looney with Amir, and also in front Miller, Kumas. I think that they were very dangerous, because they have speed, they're fast, and we knew it, we will not be on the ball. This is this maybe in Premier League some teams they're struggling against Chelsea. You don't have possession, so we are realistic. So you must to hide some problems and try to use what is our best in our team.
What are the exact situations with Charlie and Ollie at the moment then?
But they played 3 last games on 70%. Charlie is struggling with his groin. I think he will be available. I hope he will be available because he's very important for this team. Ollie McBurney, ribs, knee, calf, hamstring, whatever. So his way of the playing is always like this movie Freedom, so Mel Gibson. So it's always very brave. And of course I spoke with both them. I suggest my plan, and of course they accepted because they know in which condition they are. So we are doing everything that they will be available next week.
Okay, good to get clarity on that. I don't want to talk about every individual player because we'd be here all night, but there's 2 in particular. I've just mentioned him there, and you did in Cathal McCarthy. Just chatted to him. What a confident young man, and you could see what tonight meant to him. What will he take from an experience like that tonight?
It's a huge experience for him. So now I believe in him a lot because he has everything to be very good player. So this is just about healthy. He is also hardworking. He's very polite boy, and the team trusts him. This is also very important. Always support him, and he's very nice, very hardworking guy. And I hope this experience will be for him huge for the next games.
Lewis Koumas's first start as well. What did he show you with his energy, with his work rate, with his constant hassling of the Chelsea defence?
I think that he fits in our team perfectly because he's very good on the ball. He can cover the ball. He's very fast. You can see that against Chelsea they chasing him. So of course he's already experienced guy because he has almost 60 appearances championship. So he's Liverpool boy, and Liverpool, how is scouting and profile of the players, very fast, very quick, and I hope also he will take this experience, and he will help the team a lot.
And this isn't the first time we've spoken about him, but Regan Slater, in this country he would be described as the Energizer Bunny. I don't know if that means something to you, but someone who's on constant 100% battery all the time. He keeps going. How much did he put in tonight?
Very important, because Riggsy is heart of the team. I can say like this, heart of the team. Without the ball, with the ball, great energy, great intensity, reading of some situations on the pitch also, and his profile, he can defend like number 6, he can attack like number 8, and this is very rare in the football.
You've signed Louis Coyle to his new contract this week. We got your reaction to that. The constant talk is about Regan. You've said you want to get this done and get it done fast. Fans are wanting to know, is that close? Are you close to getting a deal done with Regan?
Last time when I spoke, I think it will be, but I didn't spoke now last two days with Jared, so I must check with Jared again. So what we are waiting for, I don't know.
But you're confident that that's going to be done?
Of course, I'm confident, of course.
Good stuff. Has this given you a taste of where you want to be, going up against Premier League opposition? You want to experience it for the first time in your career. Has this given you a taste of it?
Yes, of course, because of course you see you played against Chelsea. Chelsea is a world-class team, so there is no doubt, and they will use every your mistake. And this is quality. This is the reason why they are in transfer market 1.2 billion. So it's very, very simple. So, but also it's good lesson for us, but because you see you playing against human, they are not robots as well. You can create some chances against them. Of course, some chances you must use, you must score. Then maybe they will be more nervous, but unfortunately we didn't score. They scored, and that's it.
As you said, you felt like, and I think the fans felt like you deserved that goal come the end with the effort that you put in towards the end of that game.
Yeah, I said to Liam 5 minutes to the end that I think that we deserve one goal, and then we hit the post. He agreed with me, but yes, but okay. We are looking forward. We must take lessons for this game, and if we will play like this, we don't have any worries about. Just I want that we are healthy, and that's it.
Just a final one. You've mentioned Liam. How nice was it to see the respect shown by his former fans to him, but then they reminded you that you're our gaffer now and gave you a shout as well?
Yes,
how nice was that?
It's very nice. It's very nice, and I expected this from our stadium. I think our fans are great. They supporting us, never problems, and I hope Liam will continue like this. I think he's very good coach, and I hope he will reach his target.
Sergei, commiserations tonight, but thanks as always for talking to us. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Sergei Yakirovich live with Mike White here on BBC Radio Humberside as the live reaction continues. Get some final thoughts from Swanee before we let him go. I'm seeing a post on X to Mike and me, Jamie Kelwick, thank you, saying 24,000 at the MKM Stadium and National Highways decide to shut the A63. Complete madness. I suspect that's a pre-scheduled A63 closure that was decided long before this game was put into the diary, but that might affect you going home, Swanee. So you may as well just stay until next week. Just bed down. Get a bit of rugby league in tomorrow when the Hull FC play here. A couple of things in that. I'm getting the sense that yes, the scoreline he wouldn't have wanted, but I do get the sense that he's respectful and will look back at this game as a learning curve and not too downhearted and downbeat about it.
Not at all. Listening to him talk there, he made me laugh when he started talking about McBurney, about his injuries. That was even funnier, but he's still got his humour on that side. He's realised what he was up against today. I'm saying he knows his team to give it the best shot, that's all you can ask for as a manager. And like I say, also reflected on what it'd be like if he did get into the Premier League, how hard and how quick they play, and again he'll have learnt from that. So in general, listening to what he's had to say, I don't think he's downbeat. I don't think he can be, because I know he knows his players will give him 100%.
And let's just talk about the injuries before we let you go. I get the feeling that essentially at heart of it was a precautionary decision, but would there be concern tonight for Charlie Hughes and Ollie McBurney right now? I mean, in Ollie McBurney's case,
not at all.
He listed a whole list of things that was wrong with him.
He's like I say, I think it's precaution more than anything. Plus, it's an excuse to say that the players aren't fit for tonight, so he didn't have to go through and talk to you a lot about why he's playing. He's not playing certain players. But like I said, it's funny when he said what's wrong with McBurney, and he listed 6 or 7 things, which he's that sort of player. He will play with injuries. He's old school, so to list all them, it was his ribs, his ankle, his knee, his hamstring.
It's like that game you get. Remember as a kid, you get the little operation with the little tweezers where you pull out the funny bone and the other bits, and the nose goes on.
It sounds like they're both fine, and it's just probably precaution-wise rested them tonight.
Swanee, we'll let you go. Thank you for being part of it tonight.
No problem,
Clearly
James,
not the result that you would have wanted to have seen, but certainly an entertaining game. Swanee, enjoy your weekend. You get a nice couple of days off, and we'll see you next weekend here at the MKM Stadium for commentary back in the Championship. Let's head back down to the tunnel, get some closing thoughts from Mike White. You could see the body language of Sergei Yakirovich, Mike. As I say, it sounded to me like he wasn't a broken man tonight, or downbeat by any stretch. Probably a lesson for him, a lesson learned like it will have been for his players.
He was exactly how he would have sounded to you and to thousands of fans making the way home or listening at home tonight. He was as relaxed as he always is. He's got that demeanour about him, hasn't he? I was asked earlier to describe him for another interview I was doing, and I just said very personable, very relaxed, comfortable in his own skin. Yes, he'll have been disappointed. He's a competitor, as are his players, and he encourages that out of his players if they didn't have it already. So yeah, he is disappointed. He wanted to at least see his side score a goal if that was how the game was going to go tonight and the result. But no, not downbeat at all. He was very pragmatic, wasn't he? And the way he described how he had to do the team selection and what he opted to go with, he gave a full explanation as to why, and I think you can understand it. And I think most fans will get that and understand it as well. Yeah, he disappointed, but certainly not defeated, and he knows that they've got more to come and something bigger to strive. I say bigger, it's the FA Cup, but something else significant to strive for now in the remaining games of the season. So no, as you would have heard there, that's exactly how he looked in here.
We sort of suggested, without using the words, Mike, at the start before the game, that this feels like a bit of a dress rehearsal for what the club wants to achieve for next season. The club as a whole will have learned from this tonight, as we said, that there's not a lot of people around at the club anymore who were here when the club was last a Premier League club 10 years ago. Yes, there are some very loyal and dedicated staff, but those that are the closest to this playing group weren't around, and they will have learned a lot tonight about being a Premier League club and being involved in what it takes to be a Premier League club.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're the things that they will take from it, and that's the ultimate goal. And, you know, there was the comment earlier about maybe, I think you had a message or something, didn't you, about maybe it would be too soon to go up this season. You take the opportunity when it comes along. Do you remember the 3-year plan under Phil Brown? It happened in a year and they got to the Premier League. And back then, that was in 2008, where the gulf between the Championship and the Premier League felt big enough at the time. But it's even greater now all these years on. But back then, City went in and had a right good go and made a bit of an impact, didn't they? You know, getting to the joint top at one stage and beating Arsenal and Spurs and teams like that, and giving Manchester United a run for the money at Old Trafford. And many people have drawn comparisons to that team, and we've spoken about it. There seems to be a similar feel around this Sergei Yakirovich Hull City. There's no guarantees when you go up there, but if you've got the chance to get there, go there. Get the money, invest it wisely. That'll be the big thing. Can they get something out of it? Can they develop the training ground things? Build the squad up a little bit. If you can go up and stay up, fantastic. Look at Wolves. Wolves have been, I won't say an established Premier League side, but they've been there, and look what's happening with them, with all the troubles they've got. Southampton, who've been there before, they came crashing back down. Look what's happened to the likes of Leicester. So there are no guarantees when you go up there, but give yourself a shot. And if it comes this year, you've got to grab it with both hands and then build on it from there. But yeah, that will give them a taste for it tonight. It's not worked out for them tonight, but yeah, they'll know what they want to get out of this season now, and that will just give them a little bit of a flavour of it.
I'm not saying that things happen quickly in professional sport, Mike, but in the length of time it's taken for you to speak to Sergei Yakirovich and us to speak to Swanee and you, all of the sponsorship boards that are around the West Stand here to our side have been replaced for Hull FC ones. They've literally taken every single Hull... Because anyone that comes tomorrow will see a completely different set of boards, and I can see the sponsor boards for the club's sponsor. There is the black and white and the Hull FC crest has appeared in front of us as well, and you can book hospitality. I'm half expecting the Chris Chilton stand signs to be down and replaced by, and it's a wonderful gesture, for Johnny Whiteley in time for tomorrow. I'm half expecting all of that to happen in the time it takes for us to hit the late show at 10:30.
Things don't stand still. You've got to move from one thing to the next, haven't you? And that's, you know, a bit of a metaphor really for what City have to do now. That's the FA Cup done now, and yeah, like you said, I've just seen all the signs getting taken past myself to do the conversion for the Hull FC game tomorrow. But it's a bit of a sort of message now for what City have to do from this. They have to come out of this now, and they will. I don't think there's any question about that. And that doesn't mean it's all going to be perfect, because look at the last couple of games, really. I mean, the last 3 games in the league for City, they weren't perfect against Blackburn, but they got the win. And then the draw against Watford and the loss against Bristol City, they've not been at it. So it's not always going to be perfect. But you know Sergei and his team and this group of players, the way he's got them responding for him, they will find a way to get a response and get a reaction, and maybe use this now as a chance to reset and restart and go again for the running in the season. So yeah, it's that's it. That's how quickly things move on, and they move on from the FA Cup disappointment, and next week they'll be back in training on Monday, and they'll go again ready to face QPR next Saturday.
Indeed, Mike, I'll let you get de-rigged yourself, because if you stand there any longer, you will be replaced by Richard Stead in time for tomorrow. If the sponsor boards here are anything to go by. Mike White back on Sunday live from Blundell Park as we look to Grimsby Town to provide a cup shock here on BBC Radio Humberside. Let me bring you the final batch of texts as we have them. Tonight showed how much Regan Slater has improved over the last year. Always had the energy, but now playing with real quality. Far from disgrace despite the score. Take this to the league and we will go up. Rich in East Hull and says up the Tigers' great atmosphere and game tonight. City was far better than a 4-0 defeat. Obviously Chelsea have the quality, but tonight City go away with pride and respect because they never give up. Chelsea had some fortune in the goals at least. Well done City, onwards and upwards for the championship. Nigel Overton says, thought we played well tonight considering the opponent. Thought McCartney looked good considering the opponents. Shame about the result. Good effort from the team. Full focus now on the league and hopefully stay in the top 6. Up the Tigers. And final message tonight. Happy with that first half. And City, well, they preserved second, but Chelsea just better than the team, unfortunately. Thank you very much for that. So, on a night when all the focus was on Premier League giants Chelsea and, of course, the small matter of the first ever return of Liam Rosenior. The Tigers were beaten 4-0 tonight in the FA Cup 4th round. Attention then turns to Grimsby Town on Sunday, but in between that we've got commentary of Scunthorpe United in a Lincolnshire derby tomorrow and the start of Super League here at the MKM Stadium for Hollisey against the Bradford Bulls. Enjoy your Friday night. I'll see you tomorrow from 2 at Glanford Park.
Getting you closer to your club. BBC Radio Humberside Sport.
Gypsy dog, she broke a needle and she can't stop walking it down. That's a walking dog. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to walk the dog. Come on now, come on. That's what Mama bought 15 cents. See the elephant down the fence. He jumped so high, he touched the sky. Never got back till the 4th of July. Walking a dog. It's a walking dog. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to walk the dog. Come on now, come on. Mary, white contrary. Tell me, how does your garden grow? You got silver bells and you got copper shell. Pretty maids all in a row, walking the dog. That's a walking the dog. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to walk the dog. Come on now, come on. That's a walking. That's a walking. That's a walking. Oh yeah. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to walk the dog. That's a walking. That's a walking. If you don't know how to do it, show you how.
Walking the dog, Rufus Thomas. You're listening to Barking at the Moon, dedicated to one of our listeners' dogs that passed away, the wonderful Brandy, who passed away, we think, in foster at the age of 14. And any other dogs you want us to mention, please feel free. Any questions you want to ask Anna to do with nutrition or behaviour as far as dogs are concerned, the number is 08000 321 333, 08000 321 333. Anna, did you see this story? This is heartbreaking, this story.
Heartbreaking, but, you know, amazing.
Yeah, a great outcome. A dog who spent 10 years living in the Sao Paulo cemetery, where his owner was buried, has inspired a new law permitting the burial of pets with their families in the Brazilian